Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Take a far-out trip into the twilight zone of late-night radio with Iain.
Unmissable late-night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain Lee.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Hello, dear listener. Gosh, it's all go. It's all go this evening. We've got a gentleman in the studio fixing the computers. How's it going?
We're getting there.
Okay, fine. We're getting there. It's, and that's something will happen. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. This is the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee. Catherine Boyle is there.
Word.
And Gail Porter is there.
I just stroked Catherine's shoulder.
Hashtag me too. Time's up.
Hi there, Iain. How are you?
Nice to see you. You're going to have to get closer to this.
Oh,
because
sorry.
You've got such a dainty wee voice. And
have I? No, honestly,
if
you fell out with me,
Yep.
you would know the dainty wee voice is not that dainty.
Do you know what? Let's get into it. I bet you've got a temper. Have you got a temper?
Yeah. Probably, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I like to think that I don't have a temper, but
we all do.
Everyone does.
Yeah,
I think so. Don't you?
Yeah. I'm trying to think the last time. Oh, I know exactly the last time I unleashed foul-mouthed tirade. It was last week. It was last week on the phone as I was walking down the street. When was the last time you kicked off, Gail?
I don't think I've kicked off for quite a long time, which is quite unusual.
So
do you want me to kick off later?
We do one.
One's brewing.
Yeah, I'm going to actually write something down and just kick off for no reason whatsoever. Hey, where are you going?
Batteries.
Oh right,
See,
that's the
that.
yeah. Did you see that? That was the guy.
The poor tech lads, the engineer.
Yeah, but did I?
You scared me.
I did well there, didn't I?
You did
I?
very
It was
well.
beautiful.
It was
a beautiful shout, wasn't it?
I'm trying. I did have a lot of issues with temper and anger and stuff, and I've been working on it. I'm better now, and I
didn't know you before.
Well, okay,
but
that's good.
There've been relatively few tongue lashings.
Isn't it? I don't do tongue. I used to be. I used to be a massive dick, and now I'm just like a medium dick. Now, I think.
Well, I'm going to just leave this to you two, and you can sort of go through it. I think everyone goes through times where they're angry or ups and downs and all the rest of it. And I didn't know you. Well, yeah, you made me cry a couple of times.
I did make you cry.
Yeah, twice.
Was it twice? I tell you the one I remember. Let's get this out of the way.
Shut up.
Oh.
Yeah, did you see that? I did that whole.
That was a real. That thing is, dear listener, that was a real one. I remember one, and if I got this right, it was a program for Channel 4. It was a comedy lab, and it was called Vent, I think. And it was it the ventriloquist dummy that interviewed you?
That was the one.
It was Uri Geller. And you, the ventriloquist, and it was. Do you know what? I've got it on VHS. Someone gave me a VHS tape of it the other day.
I've still got a VHS player, so if you want to come back to my house
We can
and watch it
workshop
and
it.
make me cry again.
Well, I think it would probably make me cry, to be honest. I know it was mean. I don't remember what was said. If you want, you can tell me if you want to tell me.
No. It was fine. It was kind of like, it was the 1990s, and everyone was trying to be funny, and it was all very sexual and upsetting. And I didn't think it was going to be that sort of interview, but it was. But there you go. You know what? Yeah. I'm still here. I'm just bald, and it's all because of you.
Gosh, wowzers! I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased they had such a lasting impact on your hair. Well, I'm genuinely. I'm sorry. What was the other one? What was the other time?
Oh, I don't know.
I think you must have confused me with.
No, it was something to do with. I don't even want to talk about it.
Okay, well, I'm really sorry.
No, honestly, it's not a problem.
No, well,
It's just daft to even bring it up.
No,
Do you know what? Life is.
I'm glad you have.
Life is what it is.
Yeah.
And you're doing really good. And but you did great in the jungle. Honestly, I'm not just saying this. I couldn't imagine what. I did Big Brother, and you doing the jungle.
I think Big Brother's harder. I think Big Brother is more intense, and it's. I think Big Brother is meaner than the Jungle. The Jungle's quite mean, and a lot of it depends on who you're with. But I think Big Brother, in Big Brother, they really play up the goodies and the baddies, don't they? They really amplify those.
Also, the producers are sort of the architects of people's dramas, aren't they?
Yeah.
So if it's getting too friendly, they'll throw off the pin.
Is this my drink?
Yeah, that is yours.
Okay, lovely.
You're not stealing from Gail.
No.
That's Gail's. But yeah, but that's the whole point, isn't it, conflict in Big Brother?
I think so.
No, exactly. I think it's with any of these sort of programmes, they know exactly what they're doing. They know how to,
push your buttons.
Exactly. So, but the thing is, I'm very emotional, and I take everything to heart. And when I went into Big Brother, I just thought, don't be so sensitive. And I'm sure when you went into the Jungle, you probably,
The plan
are you
was
sensitive at any point?
Yeah, the plan wasn't to burst into tears on day 3, but I did, and it was, it was. I just found it all so intense and so surreal.
Well, I think that's the thing that people don't understand.
Yeah.
They can watch it from.
Thank you very much for fixing our computer.
You're welcome. Now get out!
Come on!
Oh, that
Poor
felt
guy.
good, girl. You're right.
Poor guy.
Oh, bless him.
He just got home and he just had a meal delivered, and then he gets the call back to come back and fix the computer for this nonsense.
I could have done it.
Yeah, probably.
I could have done
Oh,
it.
no, now we're demeaning his years of training.
No, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, my gosh, no, it's just like...
Can someone give us a call, 0344 499 1000, A, to put Gail Porter in her place, and B, to just check that the phones are now working as a direct result of that young man's efforts. So how long were you in the Big Brother house for?
Until the end.
Oh, God!
No, I think I was in until about 4 days before the end.
Right, okay.
So it just kept going and going and going. And it was fine. And do you know what? The people that were in there, everyone's different.
Yeah.
I'm laughing when I say everyone's different. It was tricky, as you know. You know, you're stuck with people, and... Yeah, it was.
The thing about that and the Jungle is there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go.
Well, exactly.
We weren't allowed to leave the kind of main camp bit. We could go off and have a shower, but we had to have someone chaperone us. So you never had any moments on your own, and that's the same in the house, even more so because you're living in the house.
You'd go for a shower and you could still hear everyone shouting and screaming at each other. So no matter what. And I'm kind of quite quiet, and you could just hear this noise 24/7, and they'd be arguing in the morning, arguing in the afternoon, arguing in the evening, and you're in the shower just thinking, make this stop.
Yeah.
And it just keeps going and going and going, and you can't move anywhere. But do you know what? It was an experience, and I knew exactly what I was getting myself in for.
Yeah.
And it was probably a little bit more than I thought I was getting myself in for. But, it happened, and, I survived. You survived.
I survived. I'm glad I did it. I'm getting lots of nice little, bits of work off the back of it, which wasn't the plan. The plan was to impress my kids. And
what did your kids think?
Oh, they loved it.
How old are they?
They're 6 and 8. And they loved it. And when I came back, they made little videos of them doing trials, and they were thrilled.
But you didn't let them watch all the drama, did you?
They didn't watch the soap opera. They just watched the stunts, the silly stunts.
Well, my daughter didn't watch any of it. I said to my ex-husband, I was like, no.
Really?
No.
How old was she?
Well, it was 3 years ago now, so 13.
13, yeah.
Yeah, I just said no.
Big Brother, and I didn't want them to watch the soap opera because that's when the egos and things come in. And I think Big Brother is said that it's conflict, and my favourite
it's
thing,
not nice.
I was my youngest, who was 5 when I came, 6 now, and he was playing a video game after I'd been there. And he did something badly on it, and he just went, "Oh, Jesus!" And I went, "Whoa!"
Can you say that on the radio?
You can, because I'm quoting a 5-year-old. I went, "Whoa, dude, hang on a second. Let's just have a little chat about what happened. That's not appropriate." And he said, "Daddy, I saw you doing it in the Jungle." And what it was there was a thing where they gave me electric shocks. And I didn't know when they were going to come.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It was Amir Khan dressed as a cat, blindfolded, and every time he knocked something over, I got an electric shock. And so there's me going, "Oh, Jesus!" And my 5-year-old boy has seen that and thought that's an appropriate way.
Just for everyone that's listening to Talk Radio, Iain just stood up and did the whole thing. So, you know.
Can I let you into a secret? Some of those electric shocks were faked as well.
What?
It was a TENS machine, and it was very hit and miss. And so I turned to them and said, I'm not getting electric shocks when I'm supposed to.
Why did you tell them?
Because I didn't.
I know.
Just go, oh, ouch.
And they said, just pretend. So about
That's really bad.
half of them were real.
Iain, that's really bad.
Tragic comic in fake electric shock scam.
We knew you had a game plan.
I did have a game plan. So half of them fake, but he was doing that because he'd seen me doing that, and I had to say, look, I shouldn't have said that, and it's not really appropriate, and blah 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 blah. But they loved it. I also there were 3 reasons that I wanted to tell 12 million people that I do a radio show, and I needed quite a bit of money quite quickly, and
well,
you know,
I think you know a lot of people look at people that do reality shows and just they've got their own sort of ideas about why they're doing it, but I did Big Brother because I was skint.
Yeah.
End of.
It's a job, isn't it?
You know what I mean? It's a job.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I am not sort of extremely qualified in anything else other than talking. And then sometimes when there's no talking jobs, you're kind of up the creek, which begins with S and ends in IT with an H in the middle. Yeah. Well, it's not in the middle, it's yeah. But do you know what I mean? So you kind of like go, well, what do? You just keep going. And so, you know, but also it's an experience. You meet people and you just think, oh, wow, you're crazy, actually.
Did you stay friends with any of them? No.
I think we talked about this on the
we
radio.
Did mention it,
yeah, no, I mean, they were fine, but I'll tell you what fine means.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you on the air.
Right, no, fine.
But it means something insecure. Yeah,
I'll
tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what it means.
Okay.
Anyway, so I spoke to a few of them, but I just think it gets to the stage that you just think, I don't really want to make friends. I just wanted to pay the rent.
There was an award ceremony on yesterday. The Television and Radio Industry Club Awards, and I was invited, and I said, you know, because I'm trying to say yes to more things that I would normally say no to, and I was going to,
which is everything.
I would say no to everything. Oh God, I do.
You'd rather not, wouldn't you?
And I said yes.
I'm the same.
Yeah. And because I'm a Celebrity was up for an award, and then I thought, actually, do you know what? I don't want to keep on going, hey, I'm that guy that was in the jungle, you know, because from late December, people were telling me to stop milking it, you know, and stuff. So I kind of backed away from that. Put your headphones on, Gail. We have a caller.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. You only need it for callers. If you follow that cable round, there'll be a volume controller if it's too loud or too quiet.
No, you're really loud, but it's quite nice. Actually, I'm quite enjoying it.
Let's go to Mick. Good evening, Mick.
Hello.
Hello,
Mick. Mick, you've got a great hello.
Hello!
And that's all he's got. Yes, Mick, what can we do for you?
Hello, what's your favourite shoe?
My favourite shoe?
Yes, mine's a brogue.
Oh. I like Converse trainers.
Okay, thank you, bye.
Thank you very much indeed, Mick. There we go.
Oh my gosh, you know, I'm so happy I stayed up so late to come here.
It's like Newsnight in so many ways.
It is, isn't it?
Gail is here with us for a while. If you want to phone in and chat to her, you can. If you want to ask her about her favourite shoes, you can.
Adidas.
Oh, really? There we go. Oh,
do you know what Adidas means? Don't.
It's Greek.
All day.
All day.
I'll tell you in a bit.
Oh, this is incredible.
Oh, I thought it was short for the guy who invented them.
No.
Adidasler.
No, Adidas is a Greek god.
No, Nike is.
No, Adidas as well.
No.
I think, or is that Dunlop?
Yeah, Green Flash.
All right, let's work this out. Hang on a second. We were going to go to the break there, but we're not now.
But no, this is more important.
Ooh.
0344 499 1000. Here we go. It's a fun quiz for all the family. Probably not for all the family. I imagine at least one of those words is filthy. What does Adidas mean? This is Talk Radio.
Kick off your slippers. Don't go to bed. The party is just starting.
You can sleep when you're dead.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Whatever. 0344 499 1000. Catherine Boyle is there.
Yeah.
And Gail Porter is there.
Hello.
Before the break, Gail set us a little mind bender. Gail, could you remind us, please, what was your mind-bending question?
It was, what does Adidas actually mean? Oh, it doesn't, I don't know if it actually really means that, but yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Well, Paul Devonish has tweeted, all day I dream about shoes.
It's almost there.
JPU says, all day I dream about sausages.
Closer.
Almost there as well. It's getting
says,
closer.
all day I dream about sex. Is shagging, is it meant to be? Right, okay. Well.
What, is he talking about me or the shoes?
Scott is asking... Scott, so it's all day I dream about shagging?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true, but someone told me that.
Of course it's not going to be official company policy, is it? It can't be.
No, I'm going with that. I'm seriously going to try and get a job there.
Wow. Scott, and I don't want you to do this, Gail, but you're your own human being. You can decide. But Scott says, shout out from Gail Porter, please. I'm a big fan. Don't do shout outs. Don't do it. Don't sink to his level.
I will do.
Don't sink to his level. Go on then.
Scott. From where?
From Twitter. I don't know. He's not given his name and address.
Hi, Scott. It's Gail. And Ian says, don't say a shout out. And I've done it. And Adidas.
He's 14. Okay, right. I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
Don't say that.
I'm teasing. Let's go. I keep touching this screen. Look like a trying to think of something clever to say.
Chimp.
Like a chimp. That's it, yes. Thank you.
That's really... Do you know what? I love you.
Thanks.
How do you survive without this gorgeous lady?
Well, we'll find out tomorrow because she's not bothering to turn up for work.
He'll get sacked
I'll
again.
do an excellent show and probably win an award. Ian is on the line. Good evening, Ian.
All right.
Oh, yes. Hello, Ian.
I want to ask Gail something important.
Okay.
Oh, he wants to ask you something important. This is the right place.
Ian,
Favourite pizza topping?
Pardon?
What's your favourite pizza topping?
Oh, God. Here we go.
I don't eat pizzas.
Okay, then. Sandwich topping, then. Sandwich filling.
Sandwich topping.
Hang on, what do you think this is? Eamon Holmes?
Not yet.
What's your favourite pizza topping?
Mine, anything.
Anything. What? Even like a dog turd.
Depends if you've got loads of sweet corn in.
You
disgusting,
dirty animal.
Disgusting creature. You don't eat pizza?
Well, I do, but I just couldn't be bothered to speak to him.
Private anyway, isn't it? It's private.
Couldn't be bothered to speak to him. So what do you do? So you
What do you do?
What do you do? Remind
what
me.
do you do, Gail?
Remind me. I've seen you somewhere. We message each other now.
Yeah.
Not very often, but occasionally. But you do it. I'm up at a ridiculous time. I get to bed about 2:30, 3 o'clock. And you're also up at that time of night. Why? What's that all about?
I've had insomnia for a long time, so I just can't get to sleep, and then I get onto Twitter, which is a really bad thing. I should really switch off everything electronic, but then I suddenly think, oh my gosh, there's a new horror film on Netflix, and I go, oh yeah, and then my brain just doesn't work like a normal brain, so it just keeps going and going and going. So it's great, and well, it's not great. That's a crazy thing to say. No, it's I deal with it, but I just can't stop it.
So how much sleep do you get then?
About 3-4 hours.
Wow.
But then when I do sleep, so if I catch up one day, I can sleep for maybe 10.
Yeah.
And you can call me. I will not know what's happened. And I'm out for the count.
I'm happiest when I'm asleep. I love sleeping.
How can you be happy when you're asleep? Because you don't know what's happening.
Well, okay, I'm less miserable. When I'm awake, I'm miserable. When I'm asleep,
you're not miserable all the time.
I am. But
are you miserable all the time?
I'm going to say yes, just to keep the image up. I've been having some.
I don't think you are.
I've been having some great dreams recently. Some great dreams.
I had a really vivid food dream last night.
Did you?
Oh, it was a good... Oh, God. We started off with... It was Mike Graham that does a show on this station earlier in the day. I don't know. He must have been tweeting. He's one of these people that tweets his food. So that must be why it was in my head. I'm not obsessed with him, honestly. And it was like a 3-course meal, but it really vivid.
Backtrack. I'm not obsessed with him, obviously.
Methink
Seriously?
the lady.
I mean, he's a whole lot of man and all. But, I was obsessing about his roast dinners.
Can someone tweet Mike Graham and tell him that Kath is
Obsessed
hot?
with him.
Obsessing with him and his roast dinner.
What was it? What was he
Yeah.
cooking? Sausages?
Oh, it was fish to start with,
Yeah.
and it was just great. And then it was some kind of meaty roast for mains.
meaty.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm having to
you're
remember.
blushing.
Oh, it was great. It was great meat.
Blushing.
It was delicious.
And what about you? Do you dream or?
Yeah, I have great. I'm on metazapine, which just gives me the most insane dreams I've ever had. They're incredible.
What's that? Is that a?
Antidepressant, anti-anxiety. It makes me put on a lot of weight, so I'm kind of cutting it down. But it knocks me out, and I just have these wonderful, quite terrifying dreams. But dreaming is exciting.
Oh, I love dreams. I keep a wee notebook by my
do
bed.
you?
Yeah, I keep a notebook by my bed, and then so if I wake up at if I manage to sleep,
Yeah.
and then suddenly something bizarre will happen, like maybe I'll see my mum, or and then I don't know, I've turned into a dragon, and then I maybe ate you or something.
Right.
But yeah,
That's tonight's instalment.
Yeah, that's,
Wow.
yeah. I write it all down.
Has anyone ever? I'm going to say something that sounds stupid, but maybe there's something in it. Has anyone ever met someone in their dream properly? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, do you know what? That would be my most amazing thing in the world ever.
Yeah.
That you kind of have this, and then suddenly, you have this out of your,
Yeah.
you're fast asleep, and then you see something, and then it happens in real life. How amazing
Wouldn't
would
that be amazing?
be?
And you'll get, wasn't it? It was the lady that used to present the one, Christine Bleakley.
Yes.
She predicted 9/11. This is true, Christine Bleakley.
Shut the front door. I don't believe you in the slightest.
This is what
I do not believe you in the slightest. And then Frank Lampard. What? What's next?
This was in the papers the other day, and we all know the papers only print the truth. She came out and said, that she predicted 9/11, but she didn't tell anyone because she didn't want to sound crazy. Well, then she's as responsible as
telling
those
everyone now.
terrorists.
She didn't tell anyone because she had to get up at 6 a.m.
But then she predicted something else.
Yeah, and that wasn't a dream. I remember this Loose
Go on.
Women instalment.
Yeah.
It
This
was
is
a good
a
one.
joke, yeah.
No, it's true. She thinks she's got the gift. She got the shine.
My gosh, are you serious?
Yeah, she's walking down the street with Frank,
Yeah.
and she saw some scaffolding, and she just had this overwhelming feeling that it was going to come down.
Yeah.
So she moved him out of the way just as it came
Saved
down.
his life. Swear to God, man. There's stuff out there, Gail, that we...
Someone better stick some electrodes on her because there's some tests need doing.
I reckon she poisoned those Russian dudes.
She knows something
She's
about
done
it,
something.
for sure.
But if you fell asleep and you met, say I met you, Gail, in a dream, right? And we were like in Nando's and we were just like talking and stuff.
Could happen.
And then the next day you woke up and you texted me. So I had a weird dream that we were in Nando's, and I went,
What did you
No way.
order?
I ordered the chicken wings, the mixed,
The mixed ones, yeah.
yeah.
Of course, yeah.
And I go, no, were we talking about submarines? And you said, yeah, and we both met in the same dream.
And
That
then-
must have happened.
It probably did, and then we knew that there was like some sort of scientist that cut someone's head off.
I don't mean it must have
Yeah.
happened to us, but
Yeah.
someone,
Well,
it could do tonight.
do. Yeah, you never know.
I want to go to one of those dream laboratories.
Oh, I'd love
Yeah.
to.
And you get
know,
wired
the
up.
sleep. Yeah, the sleep clinics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love some of that. I'd love a bit of that. Anyway,
I would.
Let's go to...
No, I haven't stopped talking. No, I'm joking.
I don't think you can book into those, can you? The sleep clinics. They have to
No,
invite you.
you got to...
Just turn up with his
you-
pyjamas.
I've been invited.
Have you?
Yeah.
Can you hook us up? Can we all go?
Hook us up.
And there's a pause. Let's go to Jamie. I'm just riding the pauses, Gail. That's
Jamie,
it.
don't be mean.
Hey, Jamie.
Hi guys.
Oh.
It's Jamie and Joe. We called up last week.
Hey,
Oh, no.
Joe would drink Joe Swash's urine for £1,000.
Exactly
That is disgusting.
Exactly that.
I'm hoping everyone forgets that I said I'd do it for 500, and
On
then
Friday,
and then
you
he
said.
phoned up.
Yeah.
How was your wonderful holiday away?
It was
Amazing.
Oh,
It
okay.
was so good. So much pizza, and I'm not going to ask you what your favourite topping is. That's a stupid question.
When it comes to pizza, I'm a classic guy. I just like the cheese and tomato. No messing around. The margarita,
Yeah.
I believe it's called.
I do agree with you, Ian.
Thank you,
I
Joe.
agree.
Anyway, what you got for us tonight, guys?
Yeah. Well, just driving back from the airport, and we got a pretty funny story about when we went to this drag brunch.
Okay, there's a lot of pressure on
it
this
was-
story now. You should have just said we want to tell you about, but now it's a pretty funny story.
Okay, well, it is a bit of both. I tweeted you guys a picture a few days ago of us with some of the drag queens.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't see that.
No, I think I've muted this
You must
guy.
be blocked.
Yes.
I'll retweet you it again.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you have to see it at some point.
Yeah.
If you've ever been to it before, I don't know if you've ever seen a drag show or a one in New York especially, but they're pretty hilarious, and I ended up getting a lap dance from a 7-foot black guy, which was the highlight of my entire holiday.
Here's the thing, though. The New York drag queens. We talked about this. They look hot, man.
Mm-hmm.
They look hot.
I saw some excellent drag queens in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Like Halloween as well.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, 7 foot tall, amazing.
Wowzers.
There was a couple that could pass.
Yeah.
So there was just this one guy couldn't even put a pair of heels on. He had like his black trainers on.
Oh no.
And he was so largely built that he also didn't need to have any fake boots.
Oh God, it was awful.
Wowzers. Sorry, just remember, the funny part of this story was. Oh no! Jamie,
I was hoping you'd seen the tweet.
I hadn't seen the. Send me the tweet again. Listen, I'm going to go because it's not a great line. 0344, and it's vaguely offensive. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Whispering lunar incantations for cross-parents, cross-dressers.
Did you know this about me?
And cross-rail workers.
Steel and polycarbonate.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
I've got a very poor internet connection.
On Talk Radio.
Okay. The first. Right. Now, Jimmy is saying we thought Adidas was after dinner. I did a play.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm really sorry I brought this up.
No. Well, now we've got our first complaint of the evening about you, Gail. I met. Paul says I met Gail Porter once at a filming for. Well, he says TGI Friday, but he means TFI Friday, wasn't he?
Yeah.
At the bar after the show. She told me to take the mickey out of Chris Evans's crocodile shoes and he will give me a free pint from behind the bar. I walked to the bar, passed comment, and he told me to F off. No pints.
Well, I don't remember that at all. But if I did do that, I'm giving myself a high five.
That's a great one.
Lovely stitch.
Why would anyone believe that? Why would anyone? Oh, yeah, I'll go and take the mickey out of a known, very angry man's shoes. That'll go down well.
No, I never said that at all.
Good. I don't think for a second.
But do you know
did.
what? I'll have that story. I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'm
go
sure
on.
we all get stories. Well, you must.
Yeah,
maybe.
God.
No.
I get confused with. Hang on. Who's banging around there? Hello.
Oh, do you know what? I used to do a ghost show, so it's probably like.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's probably
It's beyond.
What it is.
Oh,
It's
Ricardo, are you dead?
Oh, no. Hi, Ian. How are you?
Okay, I'm okay, Ricardo. What have you got for us tonight?
Hi, Kath. Hi, Gail.
Hi, Ricardo. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. I just wanted to say, sorry, waxing a little bit lyrical, but thank you so much, Gail, for, the Houses of Parliament projected image. Seriously.
Mate, come on. Is that the best you've got? Really?
Well,
Come on, man.
Well, Ricardo, as long as you're happy.
When are you ever going to get the chance to speak to Gail Porter?
Well, you might see her in home base.
Oh no, B&Q.
Oh, is it you were B&Q?
I used to work in B&Q. I had a dress that said "Gail, happy to help."
Why did you change your name to Porter? All right. Well, listen. He's brought it up, but when people mention stuff like that, I mean, I feel embarrassed.
I feel a bit rude. Is Ricardo still there?
Yeah. Do you want me to get rid of him?
Yeah.
No. I just want to say thank you very much. It's really.
If you interrupt him, he cuts you off.
No. I just want to say I'm not cutting you off because we're having a conversation here, but it's very nice of you to call in and bring up my arse. So I don't really know how to say this, but yeah, thank you very much.
No, I know.
No. No, it's very nice. But
I know you're more than just an arse, but that was amazing.
Whereas Ricardo, you are just an arse.
Oh, no, but do you know what, Ricardo? I'm actually going to get a T-shirt that says Gail's more than just an arse by Ricardo. Thank you so much.
He's gone. Is it embarrassing?
Did you actually just get rid of him?
No, just cut him off.
Ricardo, I'm so sorry.
Why?
He's used to that kind of treatment. They all are.
Ricardo.
They love it.
Okay, well, Ricardo, thank you. Oh, yeah, anyway, sorry.
Is it I feel embarrassed that was brought up. Does it make you embarrassed? Or
no, not really. I kind of get a little bit rosy. Can you see my
cheeks?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I get a little bit rosy. But no, it happened. And I think the more embarrassing thing is that my daughter's going to be 16 and she's kind of looking back and going, "You did what?" You did what?
Yeah, but then when she gets to 36, she went, well done. Well done. It's a beautiful picture. It was a beautiful picture.
It was, it was something different, I suppose.
Did you? Were you in on it? Did you know that was going to happen?
I didn't know anything about it. So what happened was I did a photo shoot for FHM, and they said I was going to be on maybe page 27 or, a little picture. So I did this picture, and then I got up in the morning, I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth, and I heard my name on BBC News. Now the thing is, I can hear my name on all sorts of rubbishy type things, but BBC One News, you think something really big has happened. And I went through and I saw my bottom on the Houses of Parliament. I was like, oh dear. Yeah. And then my phone rang and my mum just went, "What the F?" And I was like, "I love you." And so then I spent the whole day sort of like trying to explain it to everyone. But no, I never got paid. I didn't know it was happening. And
See, that's the crappy thing about it.
Yeah,
that's your image, and it was exploited.
Yeah, but it was. I didn't know what to make of it. I mean, I think first of all, I was angry that I didn't get paid for doing a photo shoot, and then suddenly it was the biggest selling FHM in the UK ever. And when I went on holiday, it was in America, it was everywhere, and I was just like, wow, you've actually just taken my image. And I mean, it's probably me being, I didn't really understand what was going on. I just thought, it was like...
Well, you could never have thought they were going to do that.
Well, no, of course not. If I did,
It was, it was right. It was a genius bit of marketing. Yep. It was an absolute, and the fact that we're talking about it, I guess it was 97,
1999.
99. So it's 19 years later.
Prince wrote a song about it.
Sorry?
I'm joking.
You could have totally reeled me in there, Gail.
I could have.
Totally. Let's try it. I'm hoping we get a decent call, because they're not up to... Well, no, this probably is our usual standard. Good evening, Bruce.
Hi, Ian. How are you?
You don't care, Bruce. What have you got?
I do.
What are you bringing to the party tonight?
I just wondered if Gail... by the way, Gail, I loved you on when you did Channel 4's The Games years ago.
Oh, my gosh, Bruce. That was a long time ago. Thank you so much.
What was remind me what the game... Was that celebrities doing the Olympics?
Well, Bruce will tell you.
In Sheffield. Yeah, it was set in Sheffield, and they had about 8 or 9 celebrities, and they lived in Don Valley Stadium for a week or so, and they had loads of different Olympic-style games to play.
Wow.
And basically, I was rubbish, wasn't I, Bruce? I was terrible.
You were brilliant, I thought.
Oh, well, do you know what? Thank you so much. But I think I ripped my hamstring. I was so unwell. It was great, but it was a great idea for a show. But I think Mel C from the Spice Girls, she tore 3 ligaments in her knee. Wow. So she was out of action for a year.
Wow.
Yeah, and there was somebody else. I mean, everyone had injuries galore, and then they scrapped the show.
There's I didn't get offered it. I'm not cutting you off, Bruce. I didn't get offered it, but I went for a meeting last year for the jump.
So did I.
Did you?
Yeah.
And I've never...
God, they must have been desperate if they wanted me and you.
I know. I've never been in a job interview where I've had to say, and then they said, "Have you got any questions?" Yeah. Can I ask, how many people have actually gone to hospital as a result of this show? And they said,
I asked the same question.
Yeah, of course you would. Because last year they nearly killed everybody. But yeah, they didn't offer it me in the end, and that's.
You kind of told them not to, didn't you?
Oh, no, I did. You're right. For that one, I did. I told them I didn't want it.
I'm not the man for this job.
I said to them in the thing, I said, look, if I'm completely honest, I don't really want to be here, and I'd be doing it for the money, and my agent thinks it would be a good idea, but it's not my cup of tea. And
I just said yes, and they just turned me down.
Well, this is the thing, because I've said yes to that thing where you go for an interview for a job where it'll be you and other celebrities. And I buy into that whole thing so much and invest so much emotion into it, only to then turn on the television 3 months later and the show is on with other people. And, man, I don't like that anymore. Celebrity Hunted, they wanted me to do, and I kind of bought into that. Anyway, Bruce, go on.
I just wondered, Gail, if you could choose between Strictly Come Dancing and Dancing on Ice, which one would you choose to go on?
Oh, do you know what? I mean, both would be horrendous for me because I'm like a wee elephant, so I've got no coordination. But I would probably have to go for Strictly Come Dancing, because if I did Strictly Come Dancing on Ice, or whatever it's called, Dancing on Ice, I would probably end up killing someone with the whole blade, and I'd just I'd fall over and then I'd slit someone's artery and then they'd die.
Gosh, you've really thought this through.
I've thought about this for ages, Bruce. Seriously, do you want to be my agent?
Well, if I could, if only.
But the only worry I've got about Strictly Come Dancing is with my baldness.
Yeah.
How would that work? You know, when they're always flicking their hair, and if I had a wig, and what if it came off midway?
That's how you start the set, with the wig, and you just flip it off. Go straight
I mean, it'd
into
be
it.
great, because obviously I'm not going to be in hair and makeup as long as everybody else. So, I should do that.
Well, if you wanted to wear a wig, the magic they do with boobs on that show and sellotape, that's there, and they stay up for the whole.
There's a different thing between boobs and having hair.
Is it? Okay. I'm
bit different,
I'm
yeah.
not that
Is
okay
it?
with...
I love the fact he's like, is it? Is there some sort of difference between boobs and hair? Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
If it falls off, it falls off. What if if I was doing, the ice thing, and then I'd fall over my wig, and then I'd kill someone?
Again, back to that killing. That's
You're watching too much true crime.
It escalates very, very quickly.
No, but it's because I used to work on Taggart.
Sorry, what?
I used to work on Taggart.
Did you?
Yes.
Is this another Prince wrote a song about me? I don't believe it.
No, I swear to God, I used to make tea on Taggart. So this is my best thing. Seriously, look at me. All right, don't look at me that much. But so I used to have to make sandwiches for the old age pensioners.
You made what?
Sandwiches. Sandwiches, okay.
Stop being racist, Catherine.
She pointed out earlier before we came on air.
It was me. Yeah, sandwiches. But sandwiches in Scotland. And so I was making sandwiches for the OAP extras in Taggart. And so they'd all come out after doing the wee scenes and they'd say to me, so Gail, what do we have for our sandwiches today? And I go, well, it's either cheese or ham. And they're going, we got better choices on Take the High Roads. I'm like that. Fine. Go back to Take the High Road.
So how did you go from making sandwiches for grumpy old Scottish
Because
men?
it went from like dancing, ice skates, murder,
no.
Taggart. Oh right, sorry.
I'm now asking a career question. How did you go from that to being a presenter and doing all kinds of bits and pieces?
I was a friend of mine was a director, and I was making sandwiches and doing all the rest of it, and I was also babysitting, and I was getting on really well with all the kids, and he suggested that I went for an audition. He said, you're great with kids, and why don't you go for a children's new TV programme? And I turned out with hundreds of other people, and I didn't have a script, and I didn't get dressed up because I didn't really understand. So I was like, oh gosh, and there's all these people with yellow tops on and bright blue, children's TV presenters.
Classic, yeah.
Yeah. And I was standing there like that, oh God. And I went in, I don't have a script, I don't know anything, so do you know what, don't even give me the job. And they went, well, just, chat. And so I did, and then I got a couple of phone calls, and then eventually they said, you got the job. I was like, are you joking?
Wow.
And I was working at a bar at the time.
Yeah.
So
what was it? What was the first show?
It was called TIGS, the Totally Interactive Game Show. It was live.
I don't remember that. What happened in
Tiggs? No one. It was basically kids phoning in, and we were playing games. So we play like live skull extracts.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and obviously everything went wrong.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously. And you're like, yeah, no, you've won a prize, and in your ear you've got the director going, they haven't won a prize. I was like, oh, I've just given them a telly. Oh no! So it was kind of like one of those. Oh, whatever. I don't really care.
Yeah.
So that went on for a wee while, and then I did a program called Fully Booked.
Right, I remember Fully Booked. Yeah, of course.
And that was with, it was really good fun. Tim Vincent and Chris Jarvis and Morag the cow.
Remember that? Chris Jarvis is still on kids' television.
I know.
You show me.
I'm just trying to remember. I can picture Chris Jarvis
He's on
CBeebies.
Yes.
He's great. He's brilliant.
So good.
I mean, I don't understand. He still looks the youngest person in the world ever, and he was always great fun. And Tim Vincent, I think he's now in LA doing E or something.
Oh yeah, he is. He went to LA. Isn't that funny?
Not that funny.
Wasn't Chris Jarvis in that? Wasn't he like? I know. He used to do this thing like where he looked like a rambler with a hat on. Did he do characters on Fully Booked, or was he as himself?
I don't know. I don't actually remember what happened on.
You mean you don't sit at home and pore over those VHS tapes? And
do you know what? I've never. I think I said this to you before. Did you watch back anything that you did on The Jungle?
No, I've watched some of the trials, but that's it. That's it. And a couple of bits they showed me to try and make me get angry.
I don't think I've ever watched anything back, apart from when I did Dead Famous,
right,
when we were looking for dead people in America.
I saw that. That was
did
so
you?
Good, yeah.
I did watch that back because...
Who did you find?
Everyone. No.
It was Marilyn, wasn't it? And
there was Marilyn Monroe, there was Al Capone. We slept 2 nights in... Alcatraz.
Did you not have like non-famous dead people getting in touch, and you have to go, no, keep the line clear.
See, this
keep the line clear for Elvis.
This is the whole thing that made me laugh so much, and I used to fall out quite a lot with the guy that I was working with because no one would contact him that was non-famous.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And it was always like, no. Frank Sinatra's here.
Of course he is.
And you're like, I think Brian was dead over there. No, not Frank's here. So, yeah, it was all kind of like... But it was amazing, and I loved it, and I loved the sidekick that I worked with, and I still do. Do
you believe in it?
I did have a couple of times when I was not comfortable, like really not comfortable, thinking I need to get out of this place.
Right.
But I think the best one was when there was a psychic in... we were in solitary confinement, and the girl next to me, she was a psychic, and there was old prisoners in Alcatraz trying to contact us, and then she suddenly shouts out, so I'm completely, you can't see anything, we've got little cameras filming ourselves, and then she's like, oh my God, there's a man in here and he wants to sleep with me, not you, Gail, but
cheeky man.
Just me, not you, Gail. Are you okay, Gail? I'm like that. Oh my gosh, I'm actually being turned down by a dead person. No, he loves me, not you, Gail. Anyway, and that went on for about 20 minutes. I was like, okay, I get it.
It doesn't the ghost doesn't fancy me. I like you to get a room.
I'll just be in solitary confinement on my own. Not you, Gail.
We've got Jerry and we've got Amanda. We'll come to you in a second. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Closing time conversation for tax inspectors, taxi drivers and taxidermists. Great big talk for the wee small hours.
You've been trolling me big time, mate.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
03444991000. Catherine is here. Gail Porter is here.
Hello. That's Scottish for a hello.
Yes. My granddad was Scottish. He was from Aberdeen, and he was also he liked drinking a lot. And the Aberdeen accent, as you know, is very thick.
Do you know what? It's really difficult because even I can't understand the Aberdeen accent.
And I'd be like 6, 7 years old, sat at his feet on a Sunday, and he'd just got back from the pub, and I couldn't. And I'd sit there, and it used to upset me because I couldn't understand what he was saying to me. And he'd be chattering away, and I'd just be going, and then I'd run off crying. My poor granddad.
Oh, but granddads are the best. Did your grandpa ever eat dry roasted peanuts?
I guess so.
Yeah, my grandpa used to. Do you know what my grandpa's name was? Horatio Walter Stanley Twiddy.
Wow, let's get all the old-fashioned names and give them to one guy. That's brilliant.
I know, Horatio Walter Stanley Twiddy.
Fantastic.
I know.
What are you up to at the moment?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No, I'm joking. No, I'm writing a book and I'm hanging out with you.
Yeah.
And, I do vintage TV, so
I've done some stuff for vintage TV.
Vintage is great.
Vintage TV a
and
lot.
I do the Butlins.
Now, tell me, because I saw references. Yeah, so what is it that they do at the Butlins?
Well, they do like a 90s weekender or an 80s weekender.
Yeah.
And when I first got the call saying, would you like to do a 90s weekender, I thought, oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
Butlins? I've never been to Butlins in my life. I have never had so much fun in my entire life.
Yeah.
I think we had Visage, we had Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Oh, man.
And we were all hanging out afterwards.
Yeah.
But the nicest thing is like the people that actually buy the tickets to go there, they are just there for the weekend with their wife or their husbands, or it's fun.
Yeah.
And it's not like, you're going to go out in the middle of London in the West End and think, is there going to be a fight? Do we need to get a tube home?
They're there to have a laugh.
They are there to have a few drinks and dance to great 90s music. I've never had so much fun in my life.
It's a great... for those who don't know, it kind of plays old music and some new music.
And there's loads of live.
Yeah.
I mean, they had Human League there.
Yeah.
They had, and it's great. And everyone's just dancing and
There's
having
one
fun.
guy that runs it. I can't remember the gentleman's name. There's a guy that runs... Because I met him, because I've done a couple of things for them, and we went and saw the Bare Naked Ladies do a session for them. That was a vintage TV.
Incredible.
It's a great... I can't work out how he turns a profit and how he manages to do it, but it's a cracking little channel.
Yeah, I've got no idea, but I mean, it's a great channel, and I think he does it for the love of the music.
Oh yeah,
which is brilliant. So I just did a thing down in Camden, like some of the guys from the Sex Pistols. I introduced them, and do you know what?
Yeah.
I think not that I'm getting old, but there's something really nice about going back to old school music and live music, and I just sort of watch what my daughter's going, she's watching MTV. Well, she doesn't watch MTV because she's not really that, she's not that dumb. But it's just like it's like videos of rubbish and people getting injections in their backsides, and you just think, do you know what?
Well, hang on, you watch loads of murder programs and documentaries.
Murder's good.
Sorry, let's
no, only because I want to be a detective.
There you go, Gail Porter. Murder is good.
No, as in I'm going to solve it.
Hello, Amanda.
Hello, hi, good evening, Gail.
Hi, Amanda, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
And you're Scottish?
I am, yes.
From where?
Glasgow.
Oh, I love Glasgow.
Yeah, so firstly I just want to say I think you're a lovely, lovely person. It's such a pleasure to hear you tonight and to watch you on Periscope. And secondly...
She's making it sound...
I thought you said on a telescope. I thought you were actually watching... I thought you were actually watching me. Right, sorry.
She's making it sound very, very sinister, though, isn't she?
I know.
Yeah. Anyway, Amanda.
Sinister, oh, well. And, so you're down south, so I was just wondering, do you miss anything from Scotland? And if so, what do you miss, if you do?
Oh, Amanda, I miss everything about Scotland. I miss the people. I miss being extremely cold. I think everything about Scotland just makes me happy. I mean, I do love being in London, but, it's sort of like a daily grind in London, tubes and, transport, whereas in Scotland you kind of can walk from A to B, and, people are just amazing. So, and I miss you, Amanda.
Oh, of course. Great stuff. Thank you very much. Bye for now. Bye.
Thank you, Amanda. Let's go to Jerry. Good evening, Jerry. Oh.
I'm trying to ring you back.
Okay. Well, you take
He's going to ring us back, he said.
Are you going to ring us back?
Yeah.
All right, we'll speak to you a bit later on, Jer.
Obsessed.
Take care, mate. Okay, we'll speak to Jerry later on. Do you want to go home or do you want to stick around for a little bit longer? I mean, I'm not fussed. It's up to you.
You're not fussed? Way to make her feel like she wants to stay.
Yeah, Gail, I don't even care. Do you want to go and solve a crime, or do you want to stay here?
Stay around for a little bit longer, because I do want to speak to you about murders.
Okay.
Because I've got one that I'm hoping you can help me with. No, I'm not at all. But
I could do that. No, do you know what?
Yeah.
One of the weirdest facts was that Taggart actually never said there's been a murder.
Who said it then? No one.
Mike Yarwood or someone.
It's like Jim Bowen never said Super Smashing Great.
I'm sure I heard on one of the
John, he
news
died,
bulletins
didn't
today that was his final words, but I may have been hallucinating.
You made that
Come on. No, I'm sure I
you're
heard it.
confusing that with Stephen Hawking. And by the way, guys, it's Stephen Hawking, not Stephen Hawkins or Stephen Hawkings, OK? It was Stephen Hawking, for goodness sakes. Can you stick around another 15 minutes or so, would that be?
Oh, let me think. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hang on a minute. I've got a cat. Yeah, I think I'll be all right.
Tough crowd. Let's talk radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
What? Okay, Sam. You're fired. But before I fire you, just assume there's no beds for now on. Here we go. Here we go. Look, these are the kind of. I'm going to read this. Okay.
Seriously. Sorry,
What?
I'm Gail. Just to let you know.
Oh, Gail Porter's here.
Hello.
You and Gail Porter would make a nice couple. You are both in the same situation involving your mental health. Ask her out for a date. Because that's how it works, guys. Nuts attracts nuts.
Oh, do you know what? I love people.
Oh, do you know I hate people? I really hate. I struggle
No,
with
you
people.
don't. I love people.
I struggle with people.
I've written a whole book
Yeah.
about being sectioned.
Oh yeah. Is this the book you're working on now?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's not the whole book about
Yeah.
being sectioned, but I think that people are so quick to judge people when you know, everyone has bad times.
Yeah.
There's not a single person that you're going to sit on the tube with or sit on a bus with or walk down the street with that has not had either a bad morning or a bad afternoon and, you know, sometimes it's more prolific and people know about it because we talk about it. I've talked about it. You've talked about it. And it comes out. And then, So are we getting married? Is that what the thing
According
is?
to Tony and Slough, it's the OK magazine. Let's get those guys on the line.
Well, do you know what we could do that? Just get the cash and then get divorced. Oh my gosh! And then we could do the breakup
and the reunion. This is it. We're quids in, Gail.
We are quids in.
We are.
I should have thought about this before. What was I thinking of?
Is your book done? Is it finished?
It's kind of yes, but what I've done is I kind of did half of it on the computer, and then I started handwriting it.
Oh wow! Why?
Because well, my computer was like not working very well.
Oh, I thought it was some great artistic reason. Computer didn't work. Crashed.
That was good. But then when I started handwriting it, it reminded me of like writing diaries when I was a child, and it actually meant more to me when I was handwriting.
It's a different experience.
Yeah, and so I've got a book beside my bed, and I would just handwrite things. Yeah. So there's loads of stuff that's in there that I would probably never ever publish.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, it just reminds me of things. So, yeah, I just did that, and I think the publisher's going to go, what?
What the hell is this?
And there's some drawings and...
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Good. I want to see stuff like that, though. Can I ask you about being sectioned, or is it?
Oh, absolutely. Do you know what? I'm not ashamed at all.
Okay. Well, no, there's no reason you should be ashamed. But I can understand. A, if it's in a book, you might want to keep it in the book. B, you might just not fancy talking about it. And it's that thing of if you've talked about it once before, doesn't necessarily mean that you want to talk about it again. But that's cool if you do. When did it happen, and what happened?
It was oh gosh, it was quite a long time ago. I think it was 2013, and I was just I didn't have enough money coming in, and I'd had my divorce, and you know, stuff that just I'm quite sensitive, and it was just piling up, and then I made a phone call to an ex, and I just said I don't think I can cope, and instead of him coming to talk to me, he called the police saying, I think she's going to kill herself.
Wow.
Which I wasn't.
Yeah.
That was never in my agenda. And so the police turned up and then, tried to talk me and then talk me out of my situation. And obviously being a Scottish person, I just punched one of them. So that didn't go down well.
Doesn't go down well with the police, does it? Doesn't go down well
didn't.
with those guys.
And then I was taken into A&E, and then I was stuck in A&E for about 14 hours or something in a room. And by the time 14 hours is over...
You were raging.
Oh, raging.
Yeah.
And they were like, how do you feel? It's like, are you serious?
Yeah.
So my anger kind of went out of it, and they said, you don't have your mother, you don't have anybody, so I think it's probably best that we section you. So they put me into section. So Yeah, went there, did that, and met some really incredible people.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it like? So it's in a secure hospital.
Yeah, you're kind of like put into. Well, it was the time when they were running out of money,
right?
And so I was put into this secure unit. With a lot of other people. Some were extremely bright and wonderful, and there was other people that were obviously, suffering.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it was a whole different bag of people, and then so you just sort of. We had no doctors, we had no one. We had like a security guard that would make sure that we'd all stay there. It was literally like being one flew over the cuckoo's nest.
Yeah. So what is the purpose of it then? Isn't for you to get well or be treated.
Not in
it's
the
just to
slightest.
keep you
away
from harming yourself or harming others.
Yeah, so what happened was, I think it was day 13 or day 14, a whole bunch of doctors came in and they sat round at a big table and they said, "Oh, Gail, we're really sorry. We've made a mistake. You shouldn't have been here." And then let me out. And so it was kind of like, you've spent 13 days with people that have problems and I knew I was depressed, but I didn't know I was that depressed. And then suddenly they go, "Sorry," and then they just let you out. And then nothing. No, can you speak to someone? Can you talk to anyone?
No aftercare, no phone numbers, no appointments, nothing at all.
I remember going into this is like the most vivid memory. I went into Marks and Spencer's to buy a sandwich with a G, and it was like one of the most amazing things that had ever happened to me. I was like, I've only been locked up for 13 days. And also I couldn't buy the sandwich. I had to come out because I was like, I don't know what's just happened there.
You're overwhelmed.
Yeah, I was like, you guys have just like said I'm crazy and then, "Oh, sorry, you're not crazy."
And then you'll spat out again. And then
see you later.
I'm supposed to just pick up from where you left off.
Oh, man.
That's incredible. That's terrifying that could happen, and terrifying as well that there wasn't any treatment in there. That's the thing. I assumed that there would be, doctor's visits 3 times a day, and you'd be checked, and none of that.
Nothing whatsoever.
Wow.
No, nothing. I didn't see a single person apart from the people that were in there. And you know what? Bless the girl that was in the room next to me. She was in love with the bongo drums, but do you know what? Bongo drums for 13 days, 24 hours a day. You're like, seriously, make it stop.
Wow.
You wonder why I'm in section.
That you would think they would ban the bongos in a secure unit.
Well,
That can't be helpful to anyone.
There was nobody there.
How did she get bongos in there? How did she smuggle them in?
I
don't even want to think about that.
But you know what? There was one time, because I'm a massive Star Wars fan, so I just thought, I'm just going to watch Star Wars. So I put VHS.
Yeah.
That's what they had. They didn't have DVDs. So I put the VHS in, and this guy called, in fact, I'm not going to say his name. But anyway, he came and he sat down. He's like, "Are you going to watch Star Wars again?" I was like, "Yeah." I said, "It's my only sort of like," I was going to say, like, cling to normality, but obviously it's not because it's in space. But anyway, he sat next to me and he's like, "Can I watch it with you?" And I was like, "You have to kind of go and have a look in the mirror." And he's like, "For what reason?" I was like, "You have got no clothes on."
Oh,
dear.
Oy.
So apart from that, it was really good fun.
Sounds like a great laugh.
Yeah, but you know what? There's a lot of people that go through these things.
Yeah.
And I was really... I just want to make sure that people know that they're not on their own.
Yeah.
Because it can happen to anyone. And I can make fun of it and I can laugh about it.
Yeah.
But it's a huge thing and people should be looked after.
And it isn't talked about. Like I said, I didn't know there weren't any doctors there. I didn't. Who knows what it's like now, 5-6 years later, with all of the cuts that have been happening since then with mental health and stuff like that.
Well, the place that I was in is gone.
Is it gone?
It's gone. Yeah.
I think most of them haven't they?
Yeah, most of them, because I started working for Mind,
right?
And most of the places that I go to visit, they've all gone.
Well, a lot of people end up in police cells.
Yeah. Yeah.
For a few nights because there's nowhere for them to go. And loads of stories as well about kids with mental health issues getting sent 300 miles away.
Yeah, I know. I read about it all the time.
It's heartbreaking.
I just don't know what you're supposed to do about it.
But you're right. It could happen to any of us. There's nothing to be, you said you're not embarrassed, and because there's nothing to be embarrassed or ashamed about.
I think everyone, if they've got a problem, just talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, as much as it could be embarrassing or upsetting for you, if you talk about it, you know, there's going to be someone there to hold your hand. Definitely, 100%.
That
got a bit serious, didn't it?
It's good. Don't worry, I'm going to turn it around now. So we've got Jim the Dancer on. I don't. If you don't know Jim, Gail,
I don't know Jim the Dancer.
Jim is brilliant, right? How are you doing, Jim? You all right?
Yeah, hello, Ian. How are you?
Nice to speak to you, man. It's been a little while. Let me just explain to Gail who you are. Jim has been phoning up various phone-in shows for years and years. When do you reckon you made your first phone call, Jim?
It was 2009.
2009. And he makes, or he used to make, videos of himself. I think you're watching one now. Which one you got on?
Jim, I'm actually watching you online right now.
Which one are you watching? Oh, the one with me. Jim used to make these wonderful sets and these wonderful costumes and would film himself dancing like a good un. How many of the videos did you make, Jim?
Yeah, we made 552 altogether.
552. And
I love the
different.
fact you got the 52 at the end.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Jim! I'm
Some
seeing
elaborate
you,
costumes.
I'm actually seeing you with a boat on your head.
Watch the Bob Marley jamming, because that one is disgusting. That one is.
So, Jim, how did this all come about?
I was practising in the garage in my friend's place, and I couldn't get any dance space in the discos. So I'd done it in his garage, and it led to putting pictures up and making uniforms, and it went on and on. And I thought to myself, I'll do the whole lot while I'm at it. But he died 2 years ago, and I couldn't do it anymore.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's been a sad time, hasn't it, Jim? With the passing.
Heartbreaking time, yeah. For me.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm still in shock, but I'm living on with it, you know.
Oh, well, do you know what? You always have to remember the good times, I suppose.
I love Jim.
One of the best videos I made was the Ma Baker one.
What happened? I don't know if I've seen them. If I have not seen it for a while, what happens in the Ma Baker one?
I've got a lot of old
is that like
bakery in it, and sort of turn it into a video.
Yeah.
Ma Baker, as in.
Is it Boney M?
Boney M.
Is it Boney M?
Yeah, that's right.
I love Jim because I love individuals. I think that to me is performance art. I love it. I think the amount of work and dedication. Have you got jam in on there?
I had a look at jamming. It's got a lot of actual pots of jam in it.
It's smeared all over his body.
Right.
It's disgusting.
Then
That one
Ma
should
Baker,
be taken off the internet.
He's got a chef's hat on,
Yeah, of
and
course he
then
has.
in
Flower.
another shot, another shot, he's got long white hair. I suppose you're being Ma Baker at this point, and like
Brilliant.
one of those sort of pizza shovels with a big loaf on the end of it.
And we did a live event, a while ago now.
You have the best producer ever.
Isn't she brilliant? I know it.
She is the most amazing person.
I would never say it to her face, Gail, but I know it. Me and Kath did a live show a while ago where we booked...
Kath, do you want to live with me?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, great.
I really
Shall
do.
I just go now? we booked a live show, a live venue, and we had the listeners would come and do a turn, and Jim came and performed... Remind me what you danced to. You had the weird costume with a cat.
Yeah.
It was what's new Pussycat, wasn't it? That was it.
I remember.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah, and the chicken head.
The chicken head. Yeah.
But the cat had a glowing eyes, didn't it? You had a battery pack. Oh no, we plugged you into the
We had
mains.
to plug him into the mains.
So,
yeah.
so what do you do, like in a daily way? Apart from
well, nothing at the moment, but I've done all them YouTube videos. I was on the Iain show, and I was on the Britain's Got Talent show as well.
Okay, you were on Britain Got. Oh, you were actually on the show.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's Jim Fitzpatrick and Got Talent on their site.
Okay, we'll have a little look at that.
Well, I'll get Kath to. You can Google it.
Yeah, look, I'll show
How are you doing now, though, Jim? Is everything all right?
Yeah, I'm bearing up to it. I went back on a show again. I'm on the Britain's Got Talent Palladium in 3 weeks' time.
Hang on, so you're going to the Palladium, or it's going to be shown in 3 weeks' time?
No, I'm going to the Palladium in 3 weeks' time to do the show, yeah.
So you're going to get to perform on the stage at the London Palladium?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
Oh,
and I was on it last year under Jim Fitzpatrick, Britain's Got Talent.
Kath's found it, I think.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Jim, do you know what? I wish you all the luck in the world. Do you know what? Someone that just keeps going, and I'm actually watching you being a cat right now online, and I'm not entirely sure what's happening, but I think you're amazing.
Thanks very much. That's very kind of you.
It's not kind. I'm just being honest.
I agree. I think Jim is one of those people that needs to be celebrated. Listen, Jim, I wish you the best of luck at the Palladium, mate. I'll have my fingers crossed. Let us know how it goes, won't you?
Yeah, thanks. I've got a couple of good costumes on this one.
Go on, what you do? Are you allowed to tell us what you're doing, or is it a secret?
I've got to keep it a secret for the time being, but I will let you know, yeah.
All right, well, you give us a call. Give us a call the day or the day after you've done it, mate, and you let us know how it goes.
Yeah, sure will, Ian, yeah.
Best of luck, Jim. Take care.
Yeah. Bye.
See you later. I love Jim.
You have the best caller.
Well...
Do you know what? Can I get a job, like, in the middle of the night, talking to people that...
I don't know why you're not. Because I think, bless you, during the news, you said, am I talking too much? Oh, God, no. This is it. This is what we got you in for, to make our jobs easier. But I'd listen to you on the radio. You've done loads of radio, haven't you?
Yeah, but, I mean, I did kind of sort of Heart and Virgin, and you were in Virgin, weren't you?
I was a Virgin and Absolute, and, I've done bits of those kind of things.
But, when you have that sort of job where you do, and here's the next track, it's not kind of like your job is perfect. I could talk all night,
and I would love to hear you do it, because I love speech radio. I don't like listening to music radio because I've got all the music I want. I know what I like, but I like hearing speech radio, and I like hearing people who've got experience. Whatever that vague kind of terms means. You've got life experience. I'd love to hear you talking to these. But then,
talking to these.
He's reaching for the word.
I didn't know what to...
Kath has just gone, no, he's like, go.
I didn't have to finish it. But then again, it's like people who say to me, hey, Iain, you should get the 11 o'clock show back on. I go, yeah, OK, I'll phone Channel 4 up tomorrow, and I hadn't thought of that. I'll make it happen.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go on.
When you watch television these days, what do you think?
I don't watch much television these days.
No, well, I watch crime, obviously.
Yeah,
but seriously, when you actually watch programmes that were intelligent and funny, and nowadays, like my daughter said to me the other day, Mum, I think you're a bit cynical. Yeah. And I don't think I am. No. Because I just watch it and I think, I don't know what half these things even... I don't think TV is for me. I'm a 44-year-old man. TV is for like 20-somethings. 44? Oh my gosh, you look so much older than me. I've had a tough life. You think you've had it tough being section? Let me tell you.
I think you're getting better at watching TV because,
I
don't
watch comedy shows.
A couple of years ago, I couldn't watch anything with you because if you knew people, you were always like, why have they got that job? Why haven't I got that job?
Oh, there was a lot of bitterness watching people who my peers doing better.
But I think you've changed.
I think you sort of get to that sort of stage that, like, if you watch ITV, you know who the presenters are going to be.
Yeah.
You know that they've been signed up for a year.
Well, a lot of them are from the same agency, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like when we were in our 20s, you just you'd go from show to show to show, and then now suddenly it's like, right, you're signed up and that's it, which is understandable, and that's how they want to work it. But I just I said to my daughter, it's just such a shame that you don't see all these different personalities. You know who's going to be presenting.
There's no one's prepared to take a punt anymore, and it's the same in TV and in radio. You used to be able to hear people in radio that doing late night shows that you'd never heard before, and that's where they would kind of learn their craft. But now it's a lot of radio is people from TV.
Yeah.
Because if you can do TV, you must be able to do radio, and also TV programs, because so much money to make now. They're not going to take a punt on.
No.
Some new kid, doing it. Also, it's too expensive a gamble.
And do you know what? They've got to stop shouting on the telly.
Now, that is an age thing, old woman.
It is, isn't it? And do you know what? I actually went to my doctor's yesterday, and apparently I'm slightly deaf, and I still hear the shouting. Yeah. And I'm just like, stop shouting.
They're trying to convey excitement. You don't have to do it through volume.
I live in Essex! All right, I got it. I know where you live.
I was going to say about the older woman thing as well. Yeah. I think it's been drawn attention to in recent times. But it's still weird. We've still got those weird sort of partnerships with a guy who's a lot older and a really young woman. Like, for example, the other day I was watching TV and Philip Schofield was on something with his wife, his actual wife. Yeah. And for a moment I thought, well, that looks strange.
Is she a deal?
She's a real human being. Oh, yeah, right, she's delightful.
But it looked weird to see him with someone of his own age.
Yeah.
doing a TV programme, which it shouldn't. It shouldn't at all.
She was on a TV?
Yeah, they were doing some sort of, I don't know whether they were testing mattresses or something like that, where it was obviously
that is so wrong in so many ways. I don't want to watch that, ever.
But it was just weird to me. I guess I've grown up in a time when...
We're used to seeing older men with
if the man's sitting on a sofa, he's with this woman and you don't know what the dynamic's supposed to be. It's not sexual. It's kind of like uncle but he's definitely the one in charge and you don't know why. Yeah. That's got to change, hasn't it? That's weird.
And that's always been the way. Frank Boff and Selena Scott.
Brucey and every woman he's ever worked with.
It's always, I don't care how old people are or what they look like. If they're good, as long as they're good and they can present and be entertaining, I don't care how old they are. Let's go to Sam. Good evening, Sam.
Hello. How are you both? Sorry.
Yes, well, good, thank you, Sam. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm just kind of like having a bit of a sort of mental block when it comes to my videos at the moment.
Sam is a YouTuber.
Hi, Sam. I'm Gail.
Hello, Gail. You followed me on Twitter because I heard you on the Scroobius Pit podcast.
Oh, yeah. Scroobius is amazing.
Oh, we love him.
Oh, yeah. He's such a nice guy.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah.
I think we went in to have a podcast chat for about half an hour, and I think I was there for 3 hours.
Yeah, he's one of those people. I just want to sit and listen to him talk.
He's very, very clever.
He's great. So, what you're having? So, just remind. Well, tell Gail because she doesn't know, and remind the listener what your YouTube videos are, and why you're having a block, and we will fix that block for you.
Gosh, that's
okie dokie. So, I make videos primarily about mental health. I think it's really important that I'm 22. I think it's really important that young people speak about it because obviously it's really apparent and it's really prevalent in society these days, so social media and that sort of stuff. And I want to help people and encourage people to speak out about it because I don't want to hide in silence, as it were. So speak to peers at work or peers at school or parents or doctors or whatever. So yeah.
Can I ask you, Sam?
Mm-hmm.
Do you suffer? Is it depression or?
I lost my mum when I was 17 years old, and obviously
I'm so
that brought
incredibly
on.
Sorry.
That's okay. Obviously that brought on anxiety and depression, and literally 3 days after it happened, I announced it on my YouTube channel, and I help people with bereavement. So I made videos about bereavement whilst breathing myself.
Oh, well, do you know what? That's an amazing thing that you've done to sort of turn it all around. But so, do you follow me on Twitter?
I do indeed, yes.
Yeah. Well, send me a direct message. Well, send me a message. I'll follow you and I'll speak to you directly.
Okay, thank you very much.
Don't be silly. Honestly,
I think you're already following me. I think. Yeah.
Well, if I follow you, then I'll chat to you tonight when I get home. If Iain lets me out of the studio.
You can never leave.
I'm never leaving here. But yeah, no, definitely. And Sam, what an amazing thing that you're doing. And I'm so sorry for your loss. But do you know what?
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the block then, Sam? What's not happening?
I'm currently going through a cycle of doing videos and then not finishing them and then getting into poetry and then doing sort of photography and then getting into videos again. But I don't actually share anything because I'm kind of anxious as to whether it's...
I totally understand where you're coming from because I do that. I write something, do something, and never finishes. I never finish anything because my brain is just like, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. So I totally understand where you're coming from.
Why is that? Do you think? I do a similar thing where I'll have 5 projects on the go at once, and I don't finish all of them, if any of them, and I certainly don't give them the full attention that they could that would make them really good, or might make they might still fail and might still be rubbish. And we say on the show a lot, there's nothing wrong with failure. I learn the most stuff when I fail, but I struggle to finish stuff and focus on stuff.
Is that how you feel, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, I know that my videos help people and that sort of stuff, but obviously I need to be happy with myself when I'm making them. So I'll get into a new hobby. So my new hobby at the moment is making reworks of loads of different songs, getting stems, drum tracks and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So keeping myself creative in that regard. But obviously,
keeping yourself busy.
That's what I wonder. Is this a matter of easing up on yourself and recognising the fact that it's not the product that's the thing that's helping you, it's the process, and that's fine, and it's okay to have and they're distractions, and that's cool, and just embrace that. And then if something goes to completion because you finish it, so much the better. But just allow yourself to do what you're doing and don't sweat it.
Yeah.
Does that sound reasonable?
Definitely does. Thank you very much.
Well, Sam, I will chat to you on DM tonight. I promise.
Okay,
as soon as
you.
I get home.
Okay, thank you very much.
Nice one,
great
Sam.
show so far, guys.
Nice to talk to you, man. Take care. I keep
Cheers,
going to
you
touch
too.
the
Bye-bye.
screen. I'm such a silly sausage. Thank you, Sam. Sam's not called us for a while. It's nice to have Sam on.
Was that bullshine that I said, though? I think sometimes you do have to just have a little mess around and have a noodle.
Oh, I've kind of tuned your voice out.
Oh, thanks very much, mate.
I've done.
So horrible.
I've done the equivalent of muting you on Twitter, but in real life, I just.
Sorry, what did you say?
Sometimes it's so hard to be mates with you. Don't. Oh man.
I'm just showing off to Gail.
I know.
I'm showing off.
Fine. It's all noted. It's all noted.
03444991000. This is Talk Radio.
Take a trip into the alternate reality of late night radio.
I think I'm in something like The Matrix, and so are you.
The Late Night Alternative.
Hello, hello.
With Iain Lee.
Is there anybody out there?
On Talk Radio.
Hello.
Right, 03444991000. The switchboard's empty for the first time this evening, and I'm really glad that ad break has finished, because you two are disgusting me. Catherine has been banging on all day about this tapeworm story, and I'm so not interested in it.
He doesn't believe it.
And then you've went, oh yeah, Gail said, oh yeah, I like that story. So all right, let's do it then.
No, I didn't say I liked that story.
No.
I said I heard the story. So basically, someone was having. Well, I don't know what you can say and what you can't say.
He was on the loo.
Raw fish.
Yes.
Someone ate raw fish and went to the toilet and gave birth out his arse to...
I don't know what you can say, but I'm going to say this. He'd had diarrhea, and so he was on the loo.
A tapeworm.
Oh, hang on, this is a bit unusual. So and he started pulling at this thing that was coming out of his
Who
backside.
reaches around and pulls it out?
The guy's been on the toilet for a long time.
Yeah.
And started pulling.
I mean, how did you actually... 5.5 feet?
Yes!
That's bigger than me. That's like shitting me.
Shitting me, the Gail Porter story. That's the title of the book for you, Gail.
Thank you.
So he winds it around the loo roll and takes it to the doctor.
What weird...
I've got a friend who's a
poprophile does
doctor, and
that?
they do get things in plastic bags quite a lot more than you'd think. Can you look at this doctor?
On, what?
Yeah, can you look at this doctor?
I don't understand. So, what's in a plastic bag?
Samples, basically, of things that have fallen out of people.
But how do they get in there?
Well, this particular one, they reckon he had a sushi habit. So every day he was eating sushi, and they reckon it was that.
You can't get tapeworm from sushi, can you?
I love
salmon,
sushi.
apparently. Well,
I wish we'd asked her to leave at that last advert break, because this is
This is not my fault. It's your
You're
fault.
encouraging her.
God,
I am encouraging her.
That's disgusting.
Right, Google something else really disgusting.
I'm going to Google, show me something. No, because that...
Oh,
no,
well,
don't. No,
okay.
seriously.
Okay. Well, here's something that I wish I hadn't seen yet. I'm really into Twitter moments right now. This is where I get all my news from. And Dr. Christian from Embarrassing Bodies...
Oh, I don't like that programme.
No,
Well,
I don't...
No, do you know what? I think he's a very nice man, but I can't watch that.
Oh, no, the programme's... Yeah.
And why would you show anyone?
Right, go to his Twitter feed and look for the kidney stones.
No.
You just asked. Come on, go.
See, the thing is, I can watch murder.
Yeah.
I can't watch the Christian man.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like I'm talking about a Jesus
Here we go.
No,
Anti-religious, yes.
No, Dr. Christian. I can't watch that. And the other thing I can't watch is the Honey Boo Boo.
Oh.
What's the Honey Boo Boo?
I used to like that, and then it got dark, didn't it?
What's the Honey Boo Boo?
Do you not know the Honey Boo Boo?
It's this family, and they're real they're real tall like that. No, they live on the railway track. And they've got, like, loads of kids.
Is it like one of these reality-type shows?
Yeah, and they live in Macon, Georgia, near where my sister used to live. So that's why I started watching. My sister was in America, and she's like, you've got to see this, it's outrageous. Yeah. This family, and the mum's got a coupon habit, hasn't she? And she's got a room just full of things she's got from coupons.
Oh, no, she's got rid of them now.
Well, she got rid of the husband, didn't she?
She got rid of Sugar Bear.
Sugar Bear.
Spoiler alert, guys.
No, it was years ago.
No, seriously, no one cares.
But I used to think it was hilarious. Then it started to get quite...
it's all gone really weird.
And the mum's become all glamorous, and they've, like, made her over, haven't they?
I think they sort of, like, sucked every bit of fat out of her body, gave her new teeth,
Because she was a big girl, and she was only young, but she was, She wasn't in the best
basically, it's
condition.
just it's wrong in all ways. I don't even know. Don't look up stuff. Why are
You got the
looking
kidney
up
with the
stuff?
stones in. They ain't stones. Them's teeth.
Wow.
I don't understand what that is.
That's a human
with
kidney.
stones.
And you get sometimes you get like a little stone that you have to pass through your penis, and that is packed full of stones.
I don't have a penis.
No?
Let me see.
Imagine giving birth to all that gravel.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. There we go. You see.
Well, for all you radio listeners, that is a really awful picture of loads of stuff that you can't see, and you're not going to
They're probably
pass it
best.
through your bowels.
Your urethra. Wow.
The internet's a horrible place
It
for
is.
pictures like that. I don't need to see.
I got put off ducks, didn't I, the other week?
Sorry?
Someone
Oh.
told me to Google duck's penis. Oh my God, I'm never feeding those
Seriously,
animals again.
no, I'm not joking. When someone says that to you, do you actually do
Yes,
it?
of course I do.
Iain, what are you? You actually do
I didn't
it?
tell her to Google ducks' penises. Have you seen a duck's penis though?
Why would I possibly want to?
Show
Is
her.
it? And also, no, don't show me. I swear to God.
I don't think we can. I think we might
And
be
also,
arrested.
you can't say penises. Is it not
Peni.
peni?
Peni, yeah.
I mean, what's the plural?
A duck's not going to complain about how we.
Well, I am.
The lady duck would be complaining. Flipping heck, that's
well,
hideous.
More than one of those things. I just.
So anyway, it's 11:36, and you're on Iain Lee's radio show on Talk Radio.
Someone's having a
and
really
we're-
weird dream. They're half asleep.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Do you miss, being on telly lots and doing all that kind of stuff?
Do you know what? I kind of do sometimes, but also I kind of don't.
Yeah.
I always look back on everything I did, and I think I'm so lucky to have done the crazy things that I've done. And nowadays, I just, I do sometimes.
Yeah.
Just, I miss things like doing TFI Friday, because that was great fun. And I miss things like Wish You Were Here. So you'd be, I'd
Did you do Wish You Were Here?
Yeah, I did Wish You Were Here for
Wow.
4 years.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So I'd be, you could be somewhere like in the Scottish Highlands, which would be amazing, but freezing. And then you'd be in Bali the next week.
Wow.
And you could not complain about that in any way whatsoever. And then you could do Top of the Pops, which you cannot ever say. There's nothing I could say bad about Top of the Pops. I loved every
That must have been
second of it.
amazing doing Top of the Pops. When you got the phone call for that saying, Gail, they'd love you to do Top of the Pops next week. You must have been over the moon.
I was beyond excited. But the thing is, because I'm so short, they gave me a box.
Oh, no.
So, because all the kids were taller than me in the audience, so it had Gail's box written on it. And so we'd have to go from like place to place to place and do the different links. And they go, hey, there's Gail's box. And they'd put me up on the box so that I was like taller than the children. I was like, hello, it's Gail Porter, it's Top of the Pops, and you're all taller than me. But it was the best job.
Best band you had to introduce on the Pops?
Oh my God, okay. This is not being a bragging thing. This is something that actually really happened.
Yeah.
So I worked for lots of charities, and then it was Wembley, and I had to go onto the stage in Wembley and talk about this charity that I was working for. And I said, and please welcome onto the stage David Bowie.
Wow! Come on, Gail! Come on!
And I nearly cried.
Oh, God.
And David came on and gave me a kiss. And I was like,
that's
wow.
amazing.
And that's not a bragging thing. That actually just happened. So, and it was all...
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That's incredible. Let's forget the rest of the show. We're not going to top that. That's incredible.
Right, so can you just play us a stop? We're all going out. We're all going out right now.
David Bowie. Wow. Well done, you. Look at that.
I know. And interviewed Robert De Niro.
Did you? When was this? Why wasn't I told about this?
You should have been friends with me ages ago.
I should have been. Said I was a dick to you. What was it? Was it like one of those junket type things?
Yeah.
And what was it for? What film?
It was Analyse This.
Oh, okay. So it's a decent film, isn't it?
No, I didn't like it.
Okay.
So I told him that.
Oh,
Which,
yeah.
But it was him and Billy Crystal.
Oh, yeah.
I know, it was in Paris. And I just got a phone call and they just said, would you like to come? We need you to do an interview. And I was like, I don't know. And they went, it's tomorrow. And I was like, I don't know if I can do that tomorrow. And they went, it's Robert De Niro and Billy Crystal. I was like that. And you know when you put your hand over the phone and you're like...
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'm free. Yeah, I think I'm free.
Wow. Those I only did a couple of those junkets.
Yeah, did you do anything, like, wonderful that made you go...
No, not...
Apart from me, obviously, no.
Apart from you, Gail. No, I mean, my stuff was the best stuff the best people I've spoken to is on the radio. And it's people like, you know, Ray Davis of the Kinks and Ringo Starr. Ringo Starr for me.
Is that amazing?
I mean, I love the Beatles and to get the gig into... And I love Ringo. I think Ringo is greatly underrated as a drummer and... He's in the greatest rock and roll band of all time, I was waiting for him at Apple, and Ringo walked in and went, "I know you," and he'd seen me on TV, and I was like, "Oh, Mr. Starr."
Did you do the whole like?
I did. I just giggled like an idiot, and it was, but nothing coming close.
Cool.
Oh, it was great, but no David Bowie's or Robert De Niro's though. That's
No, I was extremely lucky because I did a film show for about 4 years, so everyone from John Travolta, Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, I got to interview them.
It's
all.
funny, isn't it? You got your one daughter, haven't you?
Yeah.
Is she impressed by any of that stuff? Is she at the stage of Mum, you're embarrassing me? Who cares about that?
I think I'm more embarrassing than anything, but I think she's got that kind of like she's on the kilter.
Right. Yeah.
So she's kind of like, I know that you could have been possibly cool.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm not gonna play that game with you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go down the embarrassing route, but don't tell anyone. But I do think you're cool slightly. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of yeah. So yeah.
And also it comes around. It's 16. Everyone's nuts at 16, aren't they? It's a strange age to be. But at some point as well, her friends would be going, "Your mum interviewed Robert De Niro and introduced David Bowie on stage? Are you insane? That's incredible! She's the coolest person ever."
Well, yeah, that would be really cool. I think her friends think I'm cooler than she thinks I'm cool.
What did David Bowie smell like? I bet he smells nice.
Do you know what? It was the worst interview I've ever done in my entire life because after I introduced him, he came backstage and there was me and Jamie Theakston.
Oh, yeah.
And he sat down and his beautiful wife, Iman...
Yeah.
I've never seen anything so beautiful in my life. She's like, it was like a gazelle, just this most beautiful woman. And so he sat down to do an interview about the charity we were working for. And he went, I can't do his accent, but he's like, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you." And I just went, "Hello." That was it. That was the entire interview. So Jamie took over and I was like that. "Hello." And I'm not embarrassed to say it, but I never said another word apart from hello.
Yeah, yeah.
So I didn't interview about the charity, nothing like that. "Hello." Hello.
Goodbye.
No, I didn't even say goodbye.
Didn't say goodbye.
I didn't even get that far.
Oh, God.
No, I just did the hello. So, yeah, it was really, really embarrassing.
Oh.
And then Jamie did the whole thing and just... He did the hello, goodbye. I'm like that. Hello? It was awful. I've never been so starstruck in my entire life.
0344 499 1000. We've got Gail for another 10, 15 minutes or so. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very welcome. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
No rules nocturnal nattering for nightbirds, nurses, and Nosferatu.
All right, cool.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
If you were watching on YouTube or Periscope, you'd have heard us with Gail Porter discussing Zach Galifianakis.
I've been watching this programme called Baskets.
Yeah.
And it's Zach playing him and his twin brother.
Okay.
And he's got his mother, who's played by a comedian who I can't remember. It's a male comedian.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just funny.
Is it good? Is it on Netflix? Or
It's on Sky Atlantic. Oh, you don't have that?
No. He's good, Zach Galifianakis. I like him.
He's clever.
Yeah, he's good. There's a really good documentary from about 10 years ago. It's him, Brian Posehn, and two other comedians. Can't think of the names. And it's basically them doing like a small little tour. And there's just a brilliant bit where Zach Galifianakis sees this like sort of
I love that. Can you say that again? Because I can't say it.
Zach Galifianakis. And he sees this doo-wop group like on the street corner, and he goes up to them and he says, "Look, I'm doing this comedy gig tonight, and I've got an idea. And if I give you like $200, would you come and come and?" And then it cuts to the gig, and he does this. I can't even remember what the gag is, but it's not a particularly good gag. But then the punchline is these guys come out and just sing the punchline, and then they walk off, and it's just done so beautifully, and it's so odd, and it's the fact that he'd seen them that day, and he incorporated them, and it's I love it. I love it.
Things like that.
Let's go to Simon. Good evening, Simon.
Evening, Ian. Evening, Gail. Evening, Kath.
Hello. Hi, Simon.
How are we doing? Are we all right?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Can I just say, first of all, what a pleasure it is to hear what, in today's society of celebrity, to hear two people, yourself and Ian, and Kath or class as a minor celebrity as well.
Oh, don't. Shut up.
That actually how genuine you come across on the radio. If you look at the world of social media and the way that people just come across as not genuine at all. But listening to tonight, it's been brilliant. You know, I start the hashtag Gail Porter for Talk Radio now. It's been fantastic.
I should just say that during the break we're downing shots of tequila, snorting cocaine off of the back of donkeys, and this is all fake. The sincerity is all fake.
Simon, I just had a glass of water, so
we know there's $1 to be made in sincerity.
Yeah. Simon, that's very kind of you to say.
Gail, can I ask you, like, Celebrity Big Brother?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm laughing out loud because I'm nervous, and I've been there and done that and got the T-shirt.
Out of interest, do you keep in touch with anybody that you met on Celebrity Big Brother? Really?
No, I don't.
Okay. Obviously, you keep in touch with a couple.
Well, I think if someone contacted me, I'd be. I'd say hi, but I think, when we all came out, we all come out at different times, and it's not the sort of thing that you exchange numbers, and I was just quite happy to get home and clean my own house as opposed to cleaning. I cleaned that Big Brother house from top to toe, didn't I? And I made a huge amounts of cups of tea, so I was kind of like happy just to get home and hang out with the cat.
Did you start your own cleaning? Did you start your own cleaning business afterwards or not?
I should have done, actually, because I'm so in love with cleaning. My house is amazing. I'll take pictures and put it on the internet because honestly, it looks obviously like it looks like a Miss Havisham from.
A question for Ian as well.
Yes.
Out of I'm a Celebrity, I'm Celebrity Big Brother, which do you think would be the easiest to do?
There's a question. I would think I'm a Celebrity is easier to do.
I would think so.
Yeah.
If I got offered I'm a Celebrity, I would have done that in a million years.
Yeah.
Being stuck in a house.
Yeah. That's the thing. The bits I found hardest in the jungle were when I was stuck with everyone. The afternoons and the food coming and the meal preparation, all of that. I found that so uncomfortable. Not necessarily because I dislike people. I did, we locked horns with them, but I just being stuck with 11 other people, 10 other people. I found it excruciating, and it was a joy to get when Ant and Dec would come in and say, right, Ian, you're going out. Oh, fantastic! I'm out of the camp for 4 hours. I get to go and show off a little bit in front of the cameras, and I'm away from everyone for 4. It was a relief. So, having seen a lot of Big Brother and done some of the spin-off shows on Big Brother, it just looks so claustrophobic in there.
It is really claustrophobic, and it's an odd thing. What would you rather do, Simon?
I think Celebrity Big Brother, the reason being the tasks seem to take longer, and so you've got more to do. I think there'll be a real boredom factor in the jungle.
Oh, Simon, believe you me. You sit in a front room for 24 hours.
Yeah.
So what happened as well, because, what you don't see on television is like what Ian went through. You don't see that they're sitting around all day with no interaction with anybody else apart from the people that are with you. So there was one day that we had nothing, no talks from Big Brother, and we were all just sitting, and we were like shut in one room for 24 hours, and we didn't have a clock. and we were just all sitting there. It was a bit kind of crazy.
The clock thing is weird, isn't it?
The clock thing was
because
really
you're not allowed
odd.
watches or clocks. And because we would go out of the camp to go and do the trials, and you'd meet a film crew, and they all had bits of tape over their watches, and so it became a real challenge to us to try and find out what the time was. And we'd look at, then we worked out that some people would put their watches forward 2 hours. It was all mind games. Oh, they would mess around their watches, and there was one guy though that would tell you where you had to stand when you walked out. And
really?
And he would show you his phone because he'd take a picture of where you had to stand. And we never looked at the picture. We just looked at the time on his watch, on his phone, and go, right, it's 10:42. And you'd go back to camp, and they go, did you see what the time was? And we said, I saw 10:42, and that was probably about 2.5 hours. It was insane.
Gosh, isn't it funny what
games,
you use to kind of anchor yourself in it?
But you know what? It's sort of like, it's an experience. You know, you have to just go. Do you know what? I've been put in here, and it's done. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
But Simon, it was incredible, and people are, you know. You get stuck with people that maybe you do like and you don't like, and you just have to get on with it. You know, it's.
Do you have any idea before you went on who was going to go on there with you?
I think about a week before there was kind of like inklings of who was going on, and because I don't really watch telly that much apart from Netflix and murder, and then and then so I was like seeing these people that I didn't really know who they were, so it didn't really mean too much to me, and I was just
in some ways you're better off not knowing, aren't you?
No, exactly, and I was just thinking, do you know what, it's a job and I'm going to pay the rent, to be honest with you. And do you know, it was fun, and I will look back on it, and as much as sometimes it could have been a little bit painful, you know, it was another experience in life, you know.
Brilliant. Okay.
Thank you, Simon.
Thanks, Simon.
And you're right, it is an experience, it is a job. I went in thinking this is a job, and I had to think that to keep saying, this is a job, I'm doing a job, and it's going to last, you know, maximum 3 weeks, beautiful, and then, you know, and that's the way. But also, it's not many people have been through what I've been through in terms of the job. You know, you could work it out. I mean, there's been 17 series times that by 10. And not many people have been through the experience you've been through in the Big Brother house. It's something, you know, that I kind of treasure, even though it was uncomfortable for a lot of it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it happened, and I remember I think it was like the week before I went in, I was thinking, oh my gosh, what am I thinking of? What am I doing? You probably had the same kind of thing going, am I jumping out of a helicopter? I wasn't. I was just going to be locked in a house with a bunch of people. That was me being polite. So, but, you know, I think I've been through so much in my life, and everyone has. You have to sort of like take things. My daughter always says to me, count to 10. And I do that with everything. I count to 10 thinking, okay, bankrupt, count to 10. Going to Big Brother, count to 10. Completely mental, being sectioned, count to 10. And I'm still here, and I'm still laughing, and, you know.
Got me in the jungle. There's a saying, this too shall pass, and it means, you know, whatever you're going through, it'll pass. And they kept saying, some of the campmates kept saying, this too will... That they kept saying it slightly wrong, and it was really pissing me off. This will also pass or something. And I didn't want to be the one that goes, actually the saying is this too shall pass. I didn't want to be that guy.
But after week 2 of it...
Oh, they just kept doing it.
And suddenly it's just like...
I kept thinking, you've got the wrong, guys. Jeez. Hey, Gail, listen, we're done. It's so nice to see you. Thank you so much.
Sorry, are you getting rid of me?
Yes, I am now. I'm handing you your eviction papers. Get the hell out of the studio. It's so nice to see you. You are welcome anytime, and it isn't one of those, hey, it'd be great to have you back. You know, anytime you're bored, you want to pop in.
Anytime you're bored. Oh my gosh, you're actually just like digging it deeper and deeper.
What do I say?
Gail, so basically, with your non-life at the moment, do you want to just like call us up?
Next time, bring the cat.
Oh my god!
Oh, bring the cat, yeah.
You're just making it worse.
No, seriously.
Bring the cat, strange, lonely cat lady.
I'll just like, oh, hang on, sorry, there's someone outside. Excuse me, do you want a friend?
Basically, just never contact us again. It's been an awful 2 hours.
Oh, do you know what? That's my Uber. Just text me. The
request now.
Whatever.
I can see why you don't get work anymore. Phone on in a studio, outrageous.
I just switched it on because you told me I was going. So, and Uber wants me. Uber wants me.
03444991000. Thank you, Gail Porter. This is Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Get an earful of unusual nocturnal emissions with radio's Lord of Misrule, Iain Lee. No relation, thank God.
Unfiltered Night Talk with the original king of unconventional conversation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. Talk Radio on DAB, on app, and of course online. You can watch the show. Periscope.tv/Iain Lee, or if you go to youtube.com/rabbit hole. If you subscribe to the YouTube channel, if you click the little bell, then you'll get a notification every time I put a video up there or do a live stream. Isn't Gail Porter fantastic?
Brilliant.
Absolutely fantastic.
She was still apologising for talking too much as she left. And I was like, no, it's absolutely perfect. Loved it.
No, she was great. We'll definitely get her back again. And what was interesting, I thought, was did you notice how she get embarrassed sometimes? She get properly embarrassed, and it's just fascinating. And I'm glad we spoke about when I upset her as well, because that's something I've kind of carried that around a bit, and I'm glad she's cool with all of that. She's good. We'll get Gail Porter back again. If you want to follow her on Twitter, at Gail Porter, GAIL Porter. We have another hour to go before Paul Ross comes on at 1 o'clock. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You'd be very welcome to. Hey, guys, the snow's coming back. Hey! Britain is set to be clobbered by another beastly blast of freezing rain, gale force winds and snow. Yes, love it.
Well, I was going to get my scooter out of the garage at some point in the next couple of weeks and have a ride on it.
I'm away next week. I go away Saturday and I come back on Sunday, the 25th, I think it is. I'm away for over a week, and I'm going to a cottage in the middle of nowhere in Wales.
Why are you talking like that?
Because I don't know. And I'm hoping I hope I get snowed in. I've still not decided whether to take the dog or not. I mean,
if you take the dog, you have obligations to that animal.
Well, yes. I want to go and walk a lot. I'm going to take books.
Take the dog then, because that will force you to walk.
I found a load of Bruce Lee rip-off films on Amazon Prime. So I take my PlayStation. Going to take my retro game thing. And I've set myself a couple of little chores. I want to do a little bit of writing. A couple of little chores, but I want to go out for long walks. I want to lose a bit of weight.
Racing walks.
Yeah. But do I take the dog? I mean, I don't like the dog, but she's not getting as much exercise at the moment as she
likes you.
She does like me. I might take the dog. But I'd like to be snowed in. That'd be great. The mercury is set to plunge. Does anyone actually have a barometer that isn't an old person? Is it a barometer? You'd always... people trying to be posh would always have one in their vestibule. Which I don't think is the ideal place to keep a barometer, actually. But who actually looks at the barometer and taps it and goes, oh, yeah, well, the pressure's down. What does that even mean? Pressure's down. Anyway, if anyone could explain barometers to me, that would be great. The mercury is set to plunge again as powerful gusts hit the UK today and tomorrow. Yeah, hang on. What does a barometer actually do? So hang on. So it's mercury, and it's to do with air pressure, right?
Hasn't it got a couple of bits on it?
Well, no, one will be a thermometer, and one's yeah.
That's the mercury bit.
No, the barometer's mercury. The thermometer's not mercury, because mercury reacts to heat differently. Isn't it? Hang on. Tony will know, because Tony's... I'll say this before I put him on. Tony's an old man. Tony?
Hello.
Oh, it's different, Tony. Tony, well, tell me what a barometer does, please.
Does it not measure pressure or something?
Yeah. Is it mercury in a barometer?
No, I don't think it is.
Oh. So what? So mercury... What? So what's in it then?
I have no idea. I don't know why you're
it's
asking me.
mercury in a barometer because you reset it with a magnet. You reset it with a magnet. Reset it with a magnet. It's definitely a metal. It's definitely a metal. And mercury is the only liquid metal I can think of. Because you would reset it with a magnet. You put it back to zero with a magnet. That's how you would do it. Pretty sure. 0344 499 1000 is the barometer phoning, guys. It's what everybody has been waiting for. Yes, Tony, what did you call it for?
Well, I was the UFO guy from last week.
Okay. Oh, the one that was member of a secret UFO organisation?
That's the guy.
I've got you.
Yep.
Are you a little bit more sober this week?
Yeah, obviously.
Well, you slurred the word obviously. And now you're whispering under your breath. Which implies to me there's been a few drinks.
No, I wanted to talk to you about something else weird that happened to me, if you would like to hear it.
I would love to hear it. Yes, I would, Tony.
Would you like to hear about ghosts?
Is that... Yeah.
You would?
We always want to hear about ghosts, just so everyone is clear. Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Catherine. You're a lovely person.
He's so pissed again, this
No,
fella.
I don't care, though. He's being charming.
Oh, God.
Go on,
right, okay.
He's gone. I mean... why did he get angry with me when I asked... Because he did tell me last week that he was drunk. And then he got angry when I asked if he was sober this time. But he was obviously absolutely steaming. What? Now, I keep touching that screen because I'm such an idiot.
Just put my emergency cardigan on.
Okay. That's because you like it...
I'm Nesh.
Cold. I can't... Let's see if we get Tony back. I don't know. My computer's gone a little bit to cock, so I can't do it. I don't know what's going on with the computer tonight. So Britain is set to be clobbered by another. We don't need the spooky music now.
That's over.
Britain is set to be clobbered by another beastly blast this week, bringing freezing downpours, gale force winds, and snow. The mercury is set to plunge again as powerful gusts and heavy rain. I think if the air pressure drops, that means it's going to rain. That's, yeah, I think... Tony's back. Tony?
Hello again.
That's it. I love it when people try to sound as though they're not drunk. So, Tony, tell us your ghost story, please.
I'll tell you what, I'll call you tomorrow because it's clearly an issue.
What is an issue? Tony?
Oh, dear.
It's not an issue with me. It's obviously an issue with him. What was that about? I tell you what, that has created a very weird vibe, hasn't it? Very strange vibe. Anyway, whatever. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You'd be very, very welcome to. Anyone can give us a call about anything. Always keen to hear ghost stories and UFO stories, all of that stuff, anytime. You've got an open invitation to come on and share that stuff with us. 0344 499 1000. Temperatures will barely reach zero in some areas by the weekend, forecasters said. The vicious front could result in more yellow weather warnings. Don't eat the yellow snow! Met Office spokeswoman Nikki Maxey said, it is going to be a cold spell. There is a chance some places on Sunday may struggle to get above freezing. We start to see colder air. This place has got a fire. A real fire.
Oh,
mate.
are you going to be chopping logs?
I don't know. It depends what we eat. When that cold air meets the band of rain on the east side of the country, there's a chance it could turn to snow. Okay, let's go. The Star says. Let's go to what the Star says on page 6. Star says, spring is put on ice. This winter seems to never end. Just when we thought spring had finally sprung, we're facing more snow this weekend. We could all do with warming up a bit. Hopefully, This is the very last in a long line of Siberian snaps, and soon we'll all be basking in an April heat wave. Before you know it, we'll all be wearing T-shirts. Why would you even bother typing that up? Let alone reading it.
Weather changes. Newsflash.
Weather changes, guys. Deal with it, OK? Be there or be square. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. I think we can go to Tim. Good evening, Tim.
Oh, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Or good morning, even.
No, good evening. We've not had a sleep yet, so it's good evening.
No, that's fine. Yeah, same as me. I work nights, so...
Good lad, good lad. What you got for us, Tim?
Yeah, it's reference to a place near Stroud in Gloucestershire. I think it's fairly well known. Woodchester Mansion, which was allegedly a deserted mansion that was never completed.
Yeah.
Back in the Victorian times. And I go there quite a lot in the summer, and I had one experience there. It was a few years ago. Very hot summer.
Did a ghost give you the willies?
Well, it was more of a surprise than anything.
Yeah.
If it was a ghost. What happened was, it basically, I was sat by one of the lakes, because there's 3 or 4 lakes there, my favourite spot, and I fell asleep. And I woke up at about 7:30 in the evening, by which time everybody else had gone. All the other tourists and everybody else had gone.
Lovely.
And I was sat there, and all of a sudden, I was astonished to see this figure of a woman dressed in what I would describe as very elegant clothing, who was stood on the opposite side of the lake, and she was carrying a parasol.
Oh.
And I just totally froze. I thought, I can't believe what I'm seeing. I was more surprised than being scared, you know. And I really wanted to reach under my jacket for my camera, but I just couldn't move. And then she disappeared. But when I say disappeared, I don't mean she vanished like the classic ghost stories. I just saw her, you know, she just went out of sight. She just walked off into the woods and went out of sight.
Yeah.
And I still remained froze for quite some time, and then I sort of came to the senses. I thought, I'm going to have a walk around there, so I did. But when I got to the other side of the lake, I realised that it was all swampland. And therefore, it would have been impossible for any living person to be walking through that.
Yeah.
So that was very odd. Anyway, when I left, there are some people, I think, that do contracts and things like that occasionally do work at the house.
Yeah.
And when I actually got back to the house, which is about half an hour's walk from the lake, I said to a woman there, I said, by any chance, is there any of those... there's a special name for it. You might know it, but I can't remember. There's a special name for events that go on where people dress up in...
Recreations.
Reenactments.
Reenactments.
That sounds right,
yeah.
And I said to her, has anything been going on like that in here? Going on, you know, is there anything of that been happening here today? And she said, she just smiled at me. She said, no. She said, you've seen something, haven't you? I said, well, yes, I might have done.
Yes.
I've been back many times since, and the site is very haunted, actually.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying... I do believe in spirits, 100%, but I'm not saying I'm not definitely saying that what I saw was a ghost, but I'm just saying that I can't explain it.
Well, that's...
I think it probably was.
Yeah. It's
classic ghost behaviour.
That's a great one, Tim. Nice one, man.
Yes. Been back there quite a few times since.
Yeah.
Never seen anything since, but, you know, there's an old saying, you only see things when you least expect them.
Exactly. Hey, Tim, listen, man, thanks for sharing that with us. I appreciate that a lot.
No problem.
Thank you, mate.
Yes,
there
no
we
problem.
go. My youngest will be happy. People are phoning up with ghost stories.
Don't tell him, though.
Yeah.
No, that's the wrong answer.
What? Wasn't what I was expecting. This is Talk Radio.
A star-crossed soapbox for sailor boys, stable girls,
I'm on the edge.
and stripper grands.
It depends who you're with and it depends on the situation.
Late night speech radio with a difference.
Thank you.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Well, as is often the case on this show, after midnight things get a little bit weird, and we've had, a ghost story. We've had a reluctant person who was going to tell us a ghost story, then then hung up on us twice. And now we've got Gary. Good evening, Gary.
Evening, Ian.
Hello, Gary. What you got for us tonight, sir?
How are you? I've got a bit of a ghost story, if that's all right.
Oh, mate, you're straight in there, buddy. You tell us what you got.
Well, this is a true story, and it's the first time I've seen something that I couldn't explain.
Yeah.
There's a place in Leicester called the Bradgate Park, which is like a big piece of land, which was where Lady Grey used to live.
Oh, yeah.
Lady Grey.
Lady Grey, of course, was Lady Gaga's mother, yes.
Do you mean Lady Jane Grey?
Lady Jane Grey, correct.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. You don't need to thank her, Gary. She tried to pwn you.
No, I didn't.
I know she, but I'm happy to be corrected.
Okay, well, you were correct. She just tried to make herself. She just tried to add a bit of information that was actually superfluous. She was trying to undermine.
No.
Undermine. She wasn't making me look daft.
I wasn't
improving the call.
Well, I just wanted to make sure it was that Lady Jane Grey, the Jane of 1,000 Days. She was queen for 9 days.
She's doing it again now. This is superfluous. And what she's done, Gary, she's undermined me, my authority. The music's too loud. Hang on. She's undermined you, and she's taken this show off on a tangent.
Yeah, and I don't mind being patronised. I get patronised every day at work.
No, you shouldn't be patronised. Hey, listen, hey, Gary, let me talk to you, mate. You are better than this. You shouldn't be patronised. No one should be patronising you, buddy.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you. If you're ringing a late night chat show and you start telling ghost stories, the last thing you expect to be is patronised.
Exactly. And if you've been patronised by anyone on this show, Gary, you have my deepest sympathy.
Stop it.
Go on. Get on with it.
There's a place called Bradgate Park in Leicester, which is where Lady Jane Grey lived.
Yeah.
And there's a little tower on a hill there. And my sister was living there for a while. She's a working class girl, made friends with some very influential middle class people. And we decided to stop there for a weekend. She invited us.
Yeah.
And they took us up to this little tower, which is called the Old John's Tower. And you can Google it, it's all there. And she got the keys. So we thought we'd have a little bit of a ghost walk, see what we could find. And this will be a bit of a laugh. So we walked into this little Old John's Tower, which is like an outlook tower on top of a hill. And we walked in and sat there with candles for a bit and thought, there's nothing happening there. I'll be honest, I was a bit worried. I was scared. I was with my 2 sisters.
Yeah.
But we walked away and it was like a good 1.5 miles back to the house where we were staying. And for some reason, do not ask me why, because I do not know why, I decided to look back at the tower. And as I did, it looked as though there was something patrolling the top of the tower. What I can only describe as a greyish, mistyish, blobbyish, cloudyish thing seemed to be patrolling the tower.
Yeah.
But also, it disappeared and then it reappeared slowly. And 3 of us watched this, and I've been ridiculed by my friends for telling them this, but it was there. It was there. Wow. Believe me. Do you believe in ghosts, Ian?
I did when I was younger, and then I didn't. And in the last year or so, I'm becoming more open-minded to it again.
What made you more open-minded?
Age. I was going to say wisdom, but actually it's the exact opposite of wisdom. It's realising that I don't know anywhere near as much as I like to think I do, and we as a species know almost nothing.
Yeah.
And there's got to be more stuff out there, Gary.
I agree. I agree. We're not. We've only just started to figure this thing out by a little touch.
Yeah.
I think there's things there we can't see or hear.
Yeah.
Whether they're dead people coming back to visit us, I don't know. You'd be asking the wrong man.
At the moment, I'm erring on the side of there being different dimensions, and that sometimes we get like a little window onto a different dimension, that these creatures are existing at the same time as us, in the same space as us, and only a very few, very lucky people are able to look and see them.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I'm not special by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm just a guy who works in a factory in Wolverhampton. I'm not, gifted or anything.
You've seen something I've not seen, Gary.
But I think you could see something, but I think part of it is mentality, power of thought as well.
Well, I do have the gift. I don't know if you heard last week when I did some psychometry and I held Catherine's jewellery and I was able to give a reading that was 100% accurate, and that's not even a lie. It was 100% accurate. So maybe
100%?
Yeah. 100%. 100% of what I said came to pass.
See, now that is something you might have a gift for. I'm just a guy who works in a factory in Wolverhampton. I'm not any gifted. I'm good at drawing. A bit of drawing, but not spiritually gifted. I'd like to think I was. I think there's something there, but I'm unsure. But I think there's something there we haven't discovered yet, Ian, if I'm being honest.
Thank you for that, mate. You're a good
Thank
sport.
you, Ian.
I appreciate the call. Thank you very much indeed. I'm right, though, Catherine. It's not even an exaggeration. I was 100% accurate. I nearly said the C word, didn't I? I nearly called myself a C word. I nearly called myself the C word. That very Freudian, isn't it?
100% accurate.
I'm 100% a C word. Gosh, tragic comic. But I was 100% accurate in what I foretold.
Yes.
There's no denying it. Don't do it with a tone. Don't do it with a face.
I'm not doing it with a tone.
It was 100%.
I don't have to do very much to be accused of having a tone.
There's the tone there. There's the tone. And you do what's this with the making the circle with the finger and the thumb?
This.
To highlight. I don't have to do anything to be. Well, what's this? This is an aggressive.
They're the glasses
gesture.
of truth I'm forming.
Okay.
The goggles of the future.
Here we go. I thought this guy had died or had gone to prison for nonsense, but he's back, David Badcock.
Thanks for having me on the show. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, David. So which was it?
Neither. Do you remember I told you I was going on safari?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say just to make this call a little bit shorter.
Yeah, it went badly.
Oh, dear. What happened, David?
I got lost. Anyway, you're doing ghost stories.
Yes, we are.
Would you like one?
Yes, we would.
Right.
Ian, give him the music.
Hang on a minute. Someone sent me this thing that's happened on BBC Breakfast. Let me listen to this first. Not sure if you saw this parenting humble brag posing as a Stephen Hawking tribute read out this morning on BBC Breakfast. Here we go.
And today as well, because
lots of people want to speak to him, and thank you so much as well for all your messages that you're sending about Stephen Hawking. So many of you are inspired. I love this one from Gavin. Our 11-year-old daughter will be devastated. She's read quite a lot of his books. Stephen was her inspiration. She told me stuff I didn't know.
Kid reads book shock.
Go on, David. Do you? I've done the spooky music. I tell you what, let's do this music because I've done. Here we go.
Go on, David.
Right. This takes place in
your mind.
Chatsworth House in Derbyshire.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Right. In the 1800s, there was a groundsman called Peter Dixon, and he would roam the grounds with his shotgun over his shoulder in case of a deer attack. And one night, a deer attacked him, and he died. Recently, some people have been driving in the grounds late at night, and they say they come to the gate, and the barrier was down, and they saw the groundsman walk, and they said, "Excuse me, can you open the barrier?" And he didn't. And they reported it and said he was very rude. And they say, groundsman weren't working tonight, actually.
Right.
So what?
It was ghosts.
Oh, was it?
Oh.
Fair play. No, that would shit you up. Thanks for that, David. Let's go to Barry. Good evening, Barry. Hello, Barry.
Hello?
Yes, Barry.
Hey. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Barry.
How are you doing, Paul?
I'm doing very, very well, Barry. Are you in the same room as your telephone?
I've just walked it, Paul.
Okay, what you got for us?
I wanted to phone up. It was a couple of things. The first one was I wanted to pay respect to your previous guest, Gail Porter.
Oh yeah, go on.
I don't know if you remember. I was in the jail, and I went in the jail in the 90s, and basically Gail, she was on my wall in the cell.
Yeah.
Like, you remember Raquel Welch, like in Shawshank Redemption?
Yes.
I had her on my wall.
Oh.
And it was, I don't know if she said she was getting an Uber home, and I know she's been through a rough time and that, but I just wanted to say that I still would.
Okay, that's great.
And the second thing...
Slightly rude.
No, but I thought it was, maybe cheer her up in case she was feeling a bit down.
I don't know.
It's a nice thing. It's a nice thing, Ian.
I don't know.
I promise.
Hang on. How does that make you feel, Catherine, as a woman?
Well, he doesn't fulfil us.
It's a bit...
It's a bit reductive, isn't it?
Yeah. But anyway, carry on. Yep, go on.
The second thing I wanted to talk about was unconnected to that. I know you're a big music fan. Yeah.
Yep.
So I want to talk to you about like your favourite band, because my favourite band hardly anybody talks about.
Yep.
But I think they're brilliant. I don't know, they begin with a B, you can imagine.
Yeah.
The B-52s.
Yeah. Great band. Lobster Rock, great song.
Rock Lobster.
Oh, Rock Lobster.
Yeah.
What do you think about the B-52s? Because I think they're underrated.
I think they're rated just about right.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah. Fred, the guy's called Fred. Can't remember what the two women.
Kate Pearson.
And it was Kate Pearson the one that did the stuff with R.E.M.
Yes.
Great.
That's right. Me and Honey.
Yeah.
What a tune.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. But they're such an inclusive band. I think they're like really ahead of their time, because
they were ahead of their time. They were. They were influenced heavily by Kraftwerk, but they were ahead. They were ahead of their time. They were like doing weird, psychedelic punk pop before that was fashionable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they were really inclusive. Like, I went to like a lot of their gigs. I don't come out here that much, but one of the gigs I went to, like, there's all sorts of people there, like the different kind of, people that are different genres. Like, there's got like a lot of transsexuals there, and
okay. Now I'm getting weird. That album that Love Shack is on, I can't remember, is it called X or Club X? What's the album called? I bought it because we talked about it when we were at the BBC. And
it's not Run, is it?
No. But that's a great album. That's a great pop album. It's got Rome on it. It's got Love Shack, and it's got there's another kind of minor hit on there, I think. And it's a great album, and it just kind of, as side 2 kicks in, it goes on, it just kind of creates this really weird, wonderful mood. What's the album called?
I'm looking it up now.
It's a great album. Rome is just, Love Shack is the one that gets all the attention. Rome is just a superb song.
I've got, let's see, when would it have been? There's Whammy, Wild Planet, B-52s, Cosmic Thing, wasn't it?
Cosmic Thing, there we go. I bought that on CD, I think, a couple of years ago. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, this is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The late night lip service for lovers, loners, and lounge lizards.
Well, where exactly is your accent from?
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
I've forgotten your name already, excuse me.
On Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. More than welcome to. Everyone's going on about this Russia stuff today. Honestly, I couldn't care less. You know what? Shall I tell you what will change? Nothing. Nothing's going to change. It's going to have no impact on my life. Nothing's going to change. I think it's the same.
They have to kick off, though, because it's chemical weapons being used in the UK.
I couldn't care less. And all the news today is about this. I'm really starting to think that, we talked about it a bit yesterday, I'm starting to think that the news is pointless. The news is pointless, really. It doesn't change anything. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. Everything is exactly the same. No, I tell you what changes. Everything just gets a bit more expensive. That's it. That's the only thing that changes. whatever the news, everything a bit more expensive. Russia, this thing with Russia, things will get a bit more expensive because we've got to spend a bit more on defence. Brexit, things will get a bit more expensive. If we hadn't have voted for Brexit, things will get a bit more expensive. Everything just gets a bit more expensive. That's the only constant is the only thing that changes. The Who legend Roger Daltrey has revealed he is very, very deaf.
Not surprised.
The rocker made the confession during a solo show, adding that he now relies on lip reading and wears large in-ear monitors to follow the music at live gigs. Well, everyone wears large in-ear monitors to follow music at gigs. The days of having a speaker blasting out the front of you have long gone. Daltrey, 74, told the crowd, "The trouble with these ear things that I wear is that I am very, very deaf. And I advise you all you rock and roll fans, take your effing earplugs to the gigs." I know what he means. It was a badge of honour when I was a teenager to not be able to hear for 2 days afterwards. You'd stand at the front of the gig and you'd have the ringing, and that was a badge of honour, and it's awful.
And my parents still talk about, they saw The Who a few times, and they said it was so loud you felt it through your chest.
If only we had known when we were young, we are lip reading. Daltrey said he wanted to keep gigging for a long time, adding, "I am lucky to be doing what I do, so thank you." Despite his medical issues, the Who singer delivered pitch-perfect performances of hits, including I Can See for Miles and The Real Me, at the Hard Rock Resort in Las Vegas. Daltrey admitted he missed Jimi Hendrix and door singer Jim Morrison. Jesus, door singer Jim Morrison, if there's ever been an overrated, overblown idiot in pop, and Jim Morrison is that. It's terrible. Lizard King. His name's an anagram of Mr. Mojo Rising. His name's an anagram of fat idiot who died in the bath. Daltrey said, "Those people aren't here anymore. What am I doing here?" And here we go. And these days, everybody thinks that they have thousands and millions of friends on this anti-social media. Yes, Roger! But in the end, as you get older, your friends do die, and there is nothing you can do about it. Your real friends are the ones by your side. Bandmate Pete Townsend also wears 2 hearing aids, Daltrey has claimed. Yeah, they're the Who. They can do what the hell they want. They can go and smash up the Derby and Joan if that's what they want.
They should change their names to The What?
No,
Get it? Because they can't hear.
No.
What? The Pardon?
No, I would change it to The Who. That works. That's better. That's a better gag.
Well,
it's a better gag because it's the same name, but it's got a question mark at the end and it's louder. The Who? The what? We're workshopping. We're just workshopping ideas for our Edinburgh show. A film on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle looks too incredibly bad.
Of course it does.
Is this channel that makes all these crappy movies? Lifetime channel or something. The lookalikes chosen to portray the prince and his bride-to-be are nothing like them. Parisa Fitz-Henley, who is half Jamaican, plays Meghan, 36, and Murray Fraser, the Ginger Royal, 33. The Lifetime TV movie Harry and Meghan, The Royal Love Story. Man, I want to see this. I want to see this film. Will tell how the US actress became engaged to the 5th in line to the British throne. Other disastrous doubles include the Queen, Maggie Sullivan, Diana, Bonnie Soper. Parissa said of the show to be aired on May the 13th, "It's been such a labour of love for everyone involved, and we hope you love it too." But let's face facts, it looks like fake news to us. I love films with lookalikes in. I'd love to see this. There's a lot of Beatles lookalikes. And doesn't Nick Cotton play? Isn't Nick Cotton either John Lennon or George Harrison in a Beatles film? But there's one, and I really wanted to enjoy it, and I couldn't watch it all in the end. In fact, I might watch it next week. It's called Two of Us or something, and it's a fictional recreation of what people think might have happened when Paul McCartney turned up at the Dakota building. It's a real thing that happened, and he spent a couple of hours with John Lennon. And it's just two people. I wonder if there'll be a trailer for it. Hang on a second. Is that what it was called? The Two of Us? Hang on a minute. YouTuber. Beatles, TV, movie, Two of Us. Oh, no, that was a sitcom with Nicholas Linters. Here we go! Hey! Oh, look, there's McCartney. I wonder if there's a trailer for it. Here we go. There's John Lennon and Paul McCartney in an elevator. Let's have a little listen to this, shall we?
Fancy going up on the roof for a bit? Yeah, all right.
Hello, Morty. How are you?
Gave the thumbs up.
Oh, you take mine. Thank you.
You got to say to believe it. Anyway, the Two of Us. Talk Radio.
The radio show where the owls are not what they seem.
Do you or have you ever watched Twin Peaks?
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
We could be dreaming and meeting each other in our dreams.
on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the phone number. Last 10 minutes or so of this show. And then Paul Ross will be on at 1 o'clock. And then at 5 o'clock it's James Max. And I'm back tonight at 10. You're not in tonight?
No.
You off to see Flight of the Conchords?
I am, yeah.
I'm very, very envious.
My Christmas present.
Where are you seeing them? They're playing like big arenas.
Milton Keynes.
Milton Keynes Bowl? No, where in Milton Keynes?
I think the theatre.
Really? Because they're playing like a big arenas, like 12,000-seater arenas.
Yeah.
You're seeing them at the theatre?
Oh, I don't know. I was given like a mock-up ticket. I
That's
just know I'm gonna see
exciting.
them.
Hey, that's very exciting.
Yeah, I like them.
I do. I like them as well. I like them a lot.
It is Milton Keynes Theatre.
How funny! I thought they were playing like arenas. Oh well, there you go. Well, have a good night. Yes, it would just be me. Who's producing me tomorrow? Hayley. Is it Hayley?
Don't care.
I think it's Hayley. And then back on Friday, last show for a while because I'm off, guys. I'm off. So last show there for a while. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, the Daily Mirror has done what it often does when there's nothing to write about. Page 8 or 10, they'll just put in like a silly survey or a silly quiz.
Mm.
So let's do the silly quiz. All right. Are you lost for words? Name that tune from the lyrics. Meghan Markle certainly didn't seem lost for words. Sorry? Meghan Markle... This is how it starts. Meghan Markle certainly didn't seem lost for words, but 1 in 4 of us don't know the lyrics to God Save the Queen. A recent poll found many struggle to sing along to the national anthem. Yet American Meghan put us to shame as she belted it out with future husband Prince Harry during a Commonwealth Day service at Westminster Abbey this week. Imagine you got like with a boyfriend, Kath, and you had to learn a song about his nan. Wouldn't that be weird? That'd be a weird thing, and then sing it in front and be watched by millions of people singing it, a song about his nan. But is it just the national anthem, or are we bad at remembering songs in general? How well do you know the words of these iconic songs? All right. Bring me my bow of burning gold.
Jerusalem.
Okay. I walk down the lane with a happy refrain.
Singing in the Rain.
Wow, you're going to go straight through. I don't know if I'd know these. Okay, because I'm easy come, easy go.
It's Bohemian Rhapsody.
It waved above our infant might when all ahead seemed dark as night.
Oh.
I wouldn't get this.
Is that the Star Spangled Banner?
No, it's the Red Flag. The exact opposite. Take a sad song and make it better.
Hey Jude.
When Britain first at heaven's command arose from the azure main. What the flip?
No.
Rule Britannia. What the hell is this one? We hasta bin sin asodi.
Oh, I know this. Il Timo Bartat.
What is that?
Where has they been since I saw thee? I saw thee on it means on Ilkley Moor without a hat. You end up dead and being eaten by worms.
Those days are past now, and in the past they must remain.
No.
Flower of Scotland. Some of these regrets I've had a few, but then again too few to mention.
Well, my way.
The pipes are calling.
Danny Boy.
Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme.
Scarborough Fair.
Through the storm we reach the shore, you give it all, but I want more.
Oh.
With or without you!
Again?
Wider still and wider shall
our bounds be set.
Yeah.
Land of Hope and Glory.
They're all crappy songs. I mean,
They're
really.
all tests of how old-fashioned you are.
Yeah.
Turns out, very.
Yeah, they're rubbish. That's a waste of time. That's all killer, all filler, no killer. Here we go. This is what we want.
I liked your Yorkshire, by the way.
Thank you very much indeed. A dozen women brawled in a pub car park after a 7-hour booze binge watching male strippers on Mother's Day.
Traditional.
Here's a poster for it. The Woodman Arms, Mother's Day.
The what, sorry?
The Woodman Arms, Mother's Day. Male strippers. Treat your mum to something different. And there's a mum sat on a stool with a naked man's arse in her face. There's a mum on the floor with a man who's just got his jeans on but is down so you can see his pants and he's pretending to give her one. There's a mum riding on top of a man. He's pretending to give her one.
What happened to going to church and getting some daffodils?
And then there's two mums being arrested. Around 100 had packed inside to see 3 muscle-bound performers starting at 3 p.m.
Wow, that's early, isn't it?
But things... listen, you can't put a time on love. But things turned ugly outside at around 10:25 p.m. The Woodman Arms in Normandy, Middlesbrough, had advertised the free event with a poster.
Stop. So it starts at 3. By 10 o'clock, they're kicking off. So they've been in there for 7 hours.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
A free poster would treat your mum. So among the crowd was actress Gabrielle Green, who starred in the CBBC fantasy drama Wolfblood. Who's she? I don't know. Gabrielle Green. Let's have a little look. Gabrielle Green. Here we go. Let's have a little look-see. No, I don't recognise her. She told followers on Twitter, "Imagine, I've come home to take our mum out for Mother's Day, and she's got me watching effing strippers." First on for a 15-minute set at 4 p.m. was Glenn Watson, 23, dressed as an odd job man.
Very odd job.
Next was Johnny Hunter, 28, of Washington Tyne & Wear, wearing a police outfit. He said that as he went to go on stage, a doorman told him, "They're wild in there. You've seen nowt like it." Johnny added, "I don't know if that was just because it was Middlesbrough. I thought it was strange having strippers that early. It was rowdy. They were cheering and screaming and whistling. Some were game and were up for it. I got them to suck a banana and lick cream off me. God. They weren't shy." Then listen to who's up after this fella. After me was Sergeant Sex, the soldier.
Sergeant Sex. I'm guessing not his real name or rank.
I don't think they're allowed to do that in front of people. The strippers each paid £100, left at 6 p.m, but many of the crowd were still there when fighting broke out. One witness said it was mayhem, despite a couple of men trying to break things up. Women, you see.
Frenzy. A frenzy.
Another said they were all hammered. There was a lot of pushing and shoving, but it didn't look like anyone was in danger, apart from falling over. Pub worker Dave French insisted on Facebook it wasn't the regulars. Police said 2 women of 24 and 30 were arrested and given £90 fixed penalty notices for being drunk and disorderly.
Gosh, but when the police turned up, they thought it was an encore.
Sergeant Sex. Standing to attention, sir!
Flanked by corporal punishment.
Aren't you allowed to show an erect penis on television?
Oh, outraging public decency, I think. It's the same thing.
It's what
you can
makes...
show it at the angle of the mull of Kintyre and no higher.
It's what makes babies, though. It's how we make babies. I always think it's weird. I don't want to say I want, hard penises on, like, EastEnders or Mr. Tumble or anything. I don't want any of that.
I never watched the telly either on EastEnders.
But why? I don't get it. I don't get why at 6 o'clock in the evening you can see a dead body. At 10 o'clock in the evening you can't see an erect penis. You can't see a stiffy, a boner, a hard-on. You can't, and that's what makes babies. The only time I've ever seen an erect penis that wasn't mine is in pornos. And even then, in British pornos, often you didn't for years and years and years. It'd all be cut out. But in porno, and I don't get it. And I think it's a weird thing. And do you know what? I do genuinely. I think a lot of hang-ups that young men have about sex, because in porno, everyone's got a massive dick, right? I think a lot of hang-ups that young men have about their bodies is about the size of their penis, right, and the shape of their penis, because penises all go from different angles and all different sizes, right? And if all you see, I know it's the same for women, no. But if all you see is like a 9-inch dick in a porno film, and you think, oh, geez, I'm not, I picked a small one, obviously, ho ho ho, but you think, oh God, I'm not anything like that. If you saw normal erect penises,
think what?
People would feel, men would feel a lot better. I think women would feel a lot better. Not waved around all over the place, but
What in what kind of scenario though? Because the average film, it's a bit much to ask the actor to do that, because they're not actually having sex for real.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not here to pitch an idea for a movie or a drama, but I do think that we have this really weird, interesting hang-up that it was all right to see dead people and tortured people and hear of horrific, sexual abuse and stuff. But the things that give us life, the hardened penis and the moist vagina, these things create life, right? And we're not allowed to see it. And someone will complain that I've said those words.
Yeah. But the thing is that now kind of porno's gone mainstream because people get it on their phones. Kids are looking at it on their phones. Yeah. I read something in the paper, horrific, yesterday, saying that girls of 15 are going in to try and get vagina modifications because they think they're weird. Yeah. It's like... And yet, people are horrified by women breastfeeding. The thing it's designed to do. As a nation, come in, Paul. We're just talking about erect penises. Welcome. Yes, I just as a species, we're screwed up that you can see a dead body, you can hear all, but we can't see the things that give us life. Anyway, sorry, Paul, we went off on a bit of a tangent there.
Nothing wrong with that.
What you got for us tonight?
Well, I've had a fascinating conversation with a woman who couldn't stay up late because she got to be up very early in the morning to look at medieval church graffiti. Oh. And she spotted some in Hampshire. And I had no idea there are 12 groups around the country and they specialise in locating, logging and kind of deciphering medieval church graffiti. Yeah. It was a way of leaving coded messages. The Knights Templars been mentioned by this woman. And also, of course, it was around the time, the one she's found in Hampshire, of the Black Death. And the imagery she's found is really like the imagery in both Ingmar Bergman's The Seventh Seal and Bill and Ted, when they play Twister with death. But, of course, in The Seventh Seal, they play chess with death. Yeah. And this is what they've got images of. So we're going back in time to the Dark Ages, the Black Death, and a bit of Howard Hughes-type conspiracy Templar theory.
Because everyone thinks that graffiti and stuff is like a modern thing, but of course not. People see a bit of wall or a bit of wood or something, and they go, oh, I'm going to write something in there.
And they found one from the 1950s at this church, and the initials are there, and it's a choir boy who's drawing himself, pouring himself a bottle of beer, and they found the guy, and he's apologised to the Virgin. All those years down the line.
Wonderful.
He's lived in the same little village. All that. Oh, that was me. Sorry about that. That was me there, doing that little, himself having a cheeky beer.
I've got a thing when I got 30 seconds. I've had a brilliant idea for a documentary, but no, I'm the only one that finds it interesting. You get like old records from the 60s, and it will quite often have someone's name on.
Yeah.
I want to reunite those albums with the person who wrote their name on it.
My father-in-law had stickers made when CDs first came in. He thought, they're going to be so valuable, this, and he's got his own name and the full address and postcode on his CD collection. He loves being teased about that.
My mum ruined her Beatles albums by putting Linda Jennings, number 32, Essex Road. Paul Ross is on from 1 o'clock. I will be back tonight at 10. Until then, from all of us, thank you very much indeed. Ta-ta!